All right, this thing that drive me crazy. I had to take down a light because I used it for my Rouge photo shoot. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that light set up and then we'll get going. Hey, baby. Do you know what happened to the stand for this one? It's a fine camera.
This isn't it?
No, those are for the green screen. I thought I just put it over here, but I guess not. Es no being enchilada.
And it's not that stand that's already there?
No. I could probably use that one.
I'm just holding your camera.
Yeah, I don't know where it went. Okay, I'll ask Brian if it's in their car. Worker, thank you.
Yeah, I guess because the thing is I didn't check. You drove back with Ryan after the shoot, so I don't know.
Yep.
There's a chance.
There's a chance. Alright, let's see how that fucks everything up. Yeah, it's not so bad. Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, my hair is crazy. It's been a crazy fucking day. It's been a crazy fucking week. For those who don't know, I got I had to get rabies shots. God, this has been what a fucking week. So yeah, as the thing says, and if I have my regular people in here, if y'all could share the Ko-Fi link, I would appreciate it because we are raising money for cat medical bills and just general kind of bills and medical stuff in general. Because Kat, I'm making her appointment tomorrow. She's almost out of her antibiotics that the vet gave us. And so, no, okay. Crazy fucking week. And yeah, thank you. So, if anybody does want to donate, I appreciate all donations, but the ones that are most helpful to me are through Ko-Fi because that goes directly into my PayPal or Venmo or Cash App. YouTube and Twitch, keep in mind for big donations, they take a lot off the top. So I see less of that money. Did I take the bat to the vet? Fuck no. Did I send you a picture of that, Ryan? Oh, Ryan, by the way, since you're here, do you have my do you have a stand in your trunk from my car or from my one of my lighting rigs? Yeah, it was a bat. Okay, so let me talk about my fucking insane week. God, when was the bat? The bat would have been because I wanted to stream Thursday. I think I had planned like all week to stream Thursday. And no, it was Wednesday. That's what it was. It was Wednesday because I had, and I can talk about this now. Well, I guess we haven't recorded it yet, but sorry, I'm switching my light setup. Okay. That's better. No, it's not. All right, I have it here somewhere then. So Wednesday, I had an interview for the podcast with Travis View of QAnon Anonymous, and I had to call Travis and be like, "Okay, I can't make it because." So let me start. I've also been me with my partner has been like hate crimed twice in the last 2 weeks, or no, like 4 or 5 times in the last month, but specifically twice in the last week. And so that day we were, God, my hair is a nightmare today. Again, I'm really sorry. I've been going all around. My hair is bleh. Can you send you money via PayPal? Yes. PayPal is very much, okay, no, that's the most insane part. The bat wasn't in my apartment. I'll get to that in a second. So that day started with, we went out and we were like, hey, you know what sounds good? Bagels. There's a bagel shop that just opened up nearby. They have really good like bagel sandwiches. It's just like a tiny little bagel bodega. Went to get that. And my partner didn't notice, and I'm just like hyper aware when I'm in public, but my partner didn't notice that we had walked by a dude who seemed on drugs, homeless, and, you know, usually I just leave people alone. Just whatever. People are going through their own shit. They don't need me to give them funny looks or anything. Everybody goes about their own way. And what happened is he started following us. And I heard him say something about, because we were a little cutesy. We were done up a little bit. And we had I heard him say under his breath something about trannies. I didn't pay attention. I kind of had to motion for my partner because she was doing a bit. She was being very funny and doing a bit on like a piece of broken fencing, and I was kind of like, hey, come here, stop it, come here, because he was fucking starting to follow us, and so we just ignored him. I could hear him mumbling something about like hair color, about something else. And I had already heard him say something about trannies. And so he follows us, and mind you, we're around other people. And so like when you think, okay, strength in numbers, there's people around, like nobody's gonna let anything happen. And I feel that's a notion that was like very much disillusioned from me in this moment. Because we were down by, so Spokane, right in the middle of downtown Spokane, is the bus plaza where a lot of people, you know, it's a center. Yeah, if somebody has the link, I know somebody was posting it for Meredith over on YouTube. Somebody has the link to the Ko-Fi or the Patreon or the PayPal. If you could post that, I'd appreciate it. And thank you, Meredith. Sorry. Thank you for working with us on that. And so he's following us literally into this crowd of people. And we were forced to go around because there was a bus. There was like in the middle of the, I don't know, there was a fucking construction thing happening. And there was a bus in the middle of like loading, had one of those ramps that was coming down to pick up somebody in a motorized scooter or a chair. Okay, raising medical funds for both me and the cat. Less me, more the cat. Awesome, Stella. Thank you very much. Johnny Viral, if you'd be able to share that over on YouTube, I'd appreciate it. And so we had to stop, and this dude was still following us. He followed us into the fucking crowd. Thank you, Johnny Viral. Followed us into the fucking crowd, where then we had to stop and wait, and he took that opportunity to like zoom up in front of us. Like he ran up in front of our faces. Like he was probably, you know, about that far away from me, and starts yelling in our faces at like, what did he say? He said something to the effect of, I'm trying to remember because we were both like frazzled and trying to get out of there, and there were dozens of people just standing around doing fuck all, like as this dude was harassing us. And he just got up in our shit and started yelling, "You're what's wrong with the world. You're the reason why everything's going to shit. You're the reason." I'm like, dude, you've got so many more things you should be like. So many people have so many more things they should be worried about than a couple of queers walking together to get fucking bagels. Dollar amount is around, I mean, like, what I think, okay, so we ended up zipping out of there. And I'll talk about Mrs. Medical stuff in a moment, because the dollar amount, the goal I'm trying to set to raise for Miss is about $2,000. Because I would like to take on as little credit debt and as little debt from this procedure as possible, and that's kind of what they quoted me. I thought it was going to be around $1,500. The quote is like between $1,580 and like $27 or whatever, but I don't need it that much. And so day went on, and we got bagels, went back home, just tried to kind of get over it. And so then this is where the bat comes in. Before the interview with Travis, because I was going to record our podcast, WTF Now, with Rosa, with special guest from the QAA podcast, Travis View. And so I take a Lime scooter to a bodega because I was like, you know what? I need my Celsius. I need my energy drink. I need to fucking lock in. Like, let's go. And so I take and Ryan in the chat knows about this because I sent him pictures after the fact. I sent so many people. I sent my friend Mia. I sent like my partners. Like, hey, check this out. Because here I am, liming along, and I see what looks like a little bird coming at me, and I'm like, okay, the bird will fly out of the way, no big deal. Because it's swooping low, and like, you know, birds do that. Birds fly a little bit low. I've seen them around in the mall, and when they get in buildings and stuff. Birds are weird. Birds do bird stuff. And it gets closer, does not move, and instead hits me right in the leg. Leaves a little scuff. And I see it spin out. Like it fucking, like, fishtailed in midair. And ends up, like, kind of behind me. And I was also thinking at the same time, ow. And also, that's a weird fucking bird. So I stop my Lime scooter, skid to a halt, and I quickly see, oh, that's not a bird, it's a baby bat. And when I say baby, it's about like the size of my thumb. Like smaller than the size of my thumb. So it's a tiny bat. And I was like, okay, weird. And so, long story short, I look up because it's like dazed. It's like sitting there. I thought it was going to die. It ends up flying away. But I tried calling like Fish and Wildlife. I don't know if it's defunding or whatever, but I couldn't get through to fucking anybody. So God forbid there's an actual animal emergency in downtown. Like, fucking whatever. So what happened was as I was looking shit up about like, yo, bats in the daytime, what's up? Because of course I always heard, don't touch bats, don't touch pigeons, don't touch, as a kid from my mom and stuff, like don't fucking touch animals, which I have to be told that today. I can't tell you how much I wanted to pet the little bat. I resisted it. Draxus Stormscale, get the rabies vaccine. I already have it. I got my second round today. That's where this is going. Oh, I didn't send you the pic. No, I got picture and video of the bat. I'll send it to you later, Ryan. So I had to, because I quickly learned, like, okay, well, what are the symptoms of like bats having rabies? And it was pretty much everything I had just witnessed. It was pretty much, okay, if a bat is flying low to the ground, if they aren't flying in a regular pattern, if they appear disoriented, if they allow themselves to be close to humans, and if they're out during the day. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I texted Rosa and I texted Travis, and I was like, so this is the most insane reason to delay a podcast, but I promise, I literally, I sent pictures to both Rosa and Travis so people didn't fucking, they didn't call me, like, because it's a fucking insane thing to say, right? Yeah, no, I was riding a Lime scooter downtown at 2 p.m. and a fucking bat hit me. I have to go get rabies vaccines. Yeah, right. Some people overhype the bat rabies thing, except for the exact case you were in. Yeah, it's and I feel good having done it now. The shots themselves were not nearly as bad as I've been made to believe. I think a lot of people, like the old kind of rabies shot, had to go into the stomach lining, or however, and these ones, it was just intramuscular, one on my shoulder, one on my shoulder, one on my leg, one on my leg. So I did have to get a round of 4 shots, and I was, on Wednesday, when I was going to try and stream, I was very sore. Very sore. And pissed, because then, after that, I had to Uber up. I came home and I told my partner, I'm like, okay, well, I got to go to the emergency room. Because, again, I was stepping out for some Celsius. I was stepping out to go to the bodega. And I was like, okay, well, I got to go to the emergency room. I got hit by a bat. And she thought, I probably should have phrased it better, because she thought somebody had hit me with an actual, like, a baseball bat. And so, anyway, I go up to the hospital and I wait in the ER for 3 hours. American healthcare. I don't ever want to fucking hear. By the way, I never want to hear people be like, "Oh well, you know, whatever." I don't know. Old sick bag. Thank you for 100 bits. Ty Baby, thank you for a prime. A Spirit to Corpse, thank you for 14 months. Isn't that vaccine expensive too? Yeah. The doctor was saying, and I'm curious to see how much it is, like without insurance, because thankfully insurance covered it because life-threatening. But the doctor literally did let me know before I got the shot. He's like, okay, so just so you know, the shot is stupid fucking expensive. I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, do you have insurance, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, good, because the shot is like wicked expensive, kid. Oh, the shot is like so wicked expensive, kid. Yeah. Lola's rain, when symptoms show you have 2 to 10 days to live, and they take a little while, but I got it within 72 hours. $25,000 to $7,000 for post exposure. Jesus Christ. Fucking awful country, dude. Awful. What are we doing here? What are we doing? So anyway, yeah, I've been working on while we're in the Jordan catch-up hour. I've been working on a video essay on Jubilee that'll be hitting tomorrow morning, so people hopefully look forward to that. And yeah, that essay is really good. I actually I got to interview my friend, investigative journalist Amanda Moore, who some people may remember. I met up with Amanda when I was in Washington, D.C. this last January, and I interviewed Amanda last year at CPAC. So, yeah, it's rough. But yeah, so I didn't get bit. I just couldn't take the chance that I had gotten scratched, that there had been, because I didn't see it hit me. Well, I saw it hit me. I watched it hit my leg, but I didn't see it like, ooh. Like I just didn't want to take a chance. I have 2 animals. I don't want to die from, I don't want to go out from fucking rabies. Like, a baby bat's not fucking taking me out. Yeah, so that was fucking insane. And Elzia Rose, thank you very much for following. Today, we got hate crimed again. I can't fucking believe it. We were walking. This is the 4th time in a month that my partner and I just walking together downtown, because we're like visibly queer, and I'm not like, I mean, look at me. Like, I don't even have makeup or anything on. I'm still wearing a crop top and relatively short shorts. And so, to count them up for people who don't remember, there was the time where we were going down an escalator and a dude took the opportunity to, and this is more just like sexual harassment, but I was wearing a short skirt with a picture on it, and he took the opportunity to literally a step behind us, look at my ass, like eye level. Terrible. Awful. Second one was like the next day when a bunch of teenagers said that they would kill us if we tried to fight them after they asked if we were guys, because we were a little bit dolled up. Third one was the dude I was just talking about, who fucking decided to scream in our faces that we were what's wrong with the world. And today I had my first experience being harassed by children, which took me so aback, because what happened is we were, again, mind you, I cannot express enough, every single time this has happened, we have been minding our own fucking business. Every time. Like, we are not we are just walking on the street completely in public. It's not like we're in alleyways. It's not like we're in like a private setting that like people think they're going to get away with something. We are in fucking public. Broad daylight. Right? Broad daylight. And yeah, it was a group of kids. They looked, I don't know, it was that age of kids where some of them are sprouting up, some of them are shorter. They're probably around middle school, if I had to fucking guess. I don't know. And one of them, my partner thought this was very funny, by the way. I less so. But we did have some laugh. Like, it's one of those things we can laugh about it now, because I wasn't under threat from these children. Like, I'm not threatened by a child. It was just it was the gall of it. There's a certain confidence that people get when they are sure they can say something without fear of reprisal. Like, adults generally don't try and fuck with other adults because of the off chance that you don't know what they're carrying, you don't know who they are. People feel I think, more secure in harassing more feminine people because they have the idea that, like, somehow, by appearing more feminine, by putting on makeup, by appearing in more feminine clothing, I will not act in some way, which is, whatever. That's their mistake to make. Salem Kunwich, thank you for 2 months. Meredith, thank you so much for $5. Need to send you a bat themed joke to cheer you up. What do you get when you cross a romantic vampire in a computer? Love at first bite. BYTE. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Meredith. And Dustin the Dam, thank you for 622 total months, 16 months in a row. Yeah, it's so. What happened is this group of kids was walking by us, and it was just like I wasn't even paying attention to them because it's a group of kids. They're talking to each other and doing like whatever. It was actually like I did as I was walking by because one of the girl had like freshly dyed hair and she had done it like no offense, sweetie, but she had done a chopped fucking job. Because the dye had like gotten all around her scalp and skin and everything. Like she had not properly divided anything. And I just kind of, I didn't say anything, but I just like that stuck out in my mind. So it was a girl and then 2, 3, 4 boys, maybe. I don't remember. And one of them, as they were walking by us, and again, just a couple feet away, this kid who like, couldn't possibly be more than 90 pounds soaking wet. Says something kind of under his breath to the effect of like something smells fruity here or something smells fruity out here or in here. It smells a little fruity out here. Which is such a we were laughing about this later. It's such a weird, antiquated like fruity? I don't know. It's one of those things that it tells me exactly like, oh, he heard that from his old man who's a piece of shit who like watches Fox News and talks about the F slurs and all that stuff. And we didn't pay attention because I was getting a little bit heated. My partner was like kind of pulling on me and I was already being like, oh, it's like that. It's like that, small child. And I was like, whatever. I'm not going to get in a fight with a small child. The kid yells it again as he's walking past us. And I'm like, but in a very intentional way where it is no longer under his breath. It is very much like he is looking at us as he's saying it. And I look back and I'm like, are you fucking for real, dude? Because of course he's a kid and he's with the knowledge that like, oh, this adult isn't going to do anything. The wrong one will, kid. And oh, hello. Lady wants to say hi. Hello. And then I was like, oh. And my partner was like, don't engage. That's what they want. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess. And then as we're walking away, the kids get like halfway down the block. We kind of turn a corner and we just hear the kid yell the F slur as loud as he can. Plural. F slurs, plural. And I guess I just like I know kids are cruel. But I feel like you always think of it in a more abstract sense. Where again, it was this realization to me in real time, kind of like when the guy was yelling at us in the bus plaza and dozens of people stood by and did nothing. Just nothing. Like the dude could have hurt us or stabbed us or something. People would have done fucking nothing. And it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, no, there are people who just hate you for literally no fucking reason. And it's something they get into from birth. Yeah, so that was today. And I really fucking like I really feel like I don't know. There is definitely a sea change where people are feeling more confident about this shit. The amount of times that I have, and I don't engage with it, but like the amount of times because I'm always listening. I think it's just part of my ADHD where I'm just hearing shit. Like I'm always accidentally listening in on people's conversations at other tables and stuff. Like when we're going out to restaurants, and there's been like those are just the direct interactions I had with people that I would consider harassment. There have been at least at least that many times where I think I've heard people say shit about us, and I just haven't engaged. And is it bad enough to consider moving to another state? No, because we're moving to Seattle. That's another thing I'm trying to raise money for, is that I do not want to backslide because my cat needs a medical bill. And I want to, by the end of the year, it would be so great if I was debt free and in Seattle living a proper life, because I have to get out of this fucking hell prison of a building I've been in for 10 years. My partner wants to move back to where we met, and it's my home county in shitty red state. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I just had a friend who just moved out of Texas talk to me about like, oh yeah, a trans woman was just like beaten in Texas. Let me see if I can fucking find that story. Oh, that would be, yeah, it would be Jover for me. Forgetful Sinner. Love the one time I walked past these old fucks and one looked at his friend and loudly said I liked it better when women tried to look good when out. Nah. Ha. Ho ho. Yeah, I would not. I would not take kindly to that around these parts. I tell you what. Yeah. Okay. No. Here it was. Austin police investigate. Oh, fuck off. The Austin Police Department is investigating an alleged hate crime against a trans woman that occurred at Barton Springs last weekend. I forgot to also mention, if you can believe such a thing, I'm also getting a little bit sick. So if I have to stop streaming or talking, it's because my throat is actually already hurting. But I need to stream because I miss streaming at all for the week, and I need to do it because it's my job. Blair White moving back to California to possibly run for something? What the fuck would Blair White run for? Bitch is barely literate enough to fucking read the scripts for her own videos. That's funny. Allegedly harassed and attacked by a man. Great. The first is identifying whether the crime was against a, quote, protected class. Which, if you'll remember, the problem with ABC here is that medically, like, they've already... Hello, dog. Hello, dog. What? For what? Oh, do you want food? All right, I'm going to feed Lady real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, why? Bullying me. Bullying me. Bullying me. Okay, let's go. There you go. Oh. Yeah, savage attack dog. So scary. So scary. Yeah, it's the thing about this is that like they've already, the Supreme Court ruling has basically said that like, yeah, trans people aren't a protected class, so I think it is a matter of time, honestly, until people start applying that to hate crimes. Under our ground, our son stepped in to try and protect and de-escalate while he was focused on the man in front. Another individual blindsided him. He was struck so forcefully he was knocked unconscious. Jesus. Based family. See, that's fucking raising a kid right. Holy shit. Online high school? I mean, what is, I mean, it depends on what is happening, and like if it is, I don't know. I didn't have that. Jesus Christ. Moving company employee terminated. Recent alleged. Jesus. You know, we can have Matt Walsh and Haya Reichik talk endless shit about, oh, these animals are just attacking white people, when it always comes out that, oh, the white people were saying racial slurs and got their ass beat. But when people are just fucking being hunted on the streets and assaulted, oh, fucking silence from the people spreading the rhetoric in the fucking first place. Yep, Spooky Pepper, that just came out. A trans mask, like incel Nazi. So yeah, who wants some? Because I'm gonna be so real. It's been, additionally, I have had a hard time finding the kind of like gumption to stream. I've had a really hard time finding the energy to stream. Meredith Navin, thank you for another 5. All the other bad jokes I found are worse than the other one, so change of theme. Why do cows have hooves? Because they lack toes. Hey, yo. That's funny. Because I've had... Naomi Faithless, why are you disappointed in me? Oh, okay, never mind. You're not talking to me. Sophie Bliss, thank you for becoming a member. And also, don't forget to check out raising money for cat medical care. Also, all of these Uber trips to the hospital and stuff are draining me a little bit more. Quantum mechanics sounds like burnout. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm it's just, here's the thing. Last year was hard to stream through. Just a lot of shit, especially when it came to the election. Not easy to do. Very bleak in its own way, right? This year, the bleakness is unyielding, unending, unceasing. There's no end to it. And as a result, it is a lot harder to, like, laugh through the pain, I feel. Which I think is kind of my, not to put too highfalutin of a hat on or whatever. I think that is ultimately my role here. It is to soften the blow and help people understand, help people digest the shit that's going on. That is kind of the role I have assumed as a content creator, as a streamer, as a news person, whatever you want to call it. And it's really hard. Crewworks, I subscribed after you were on Leftist Mafia. Thank you. The Biden years almost made it hard to remember how much Trump being in office ages you. It isn't just Trump, though. And as we'll talk about today, maybe I won't go into it all. Maybe I will, because my alternate plan was to just, like, maybe kick back, play games, try and get some donations. Because I do want just, like, a fucking chill day. But all of the news I have lined up is, here's the thing. It's not just Trump. It is the rest of the government and also the kind of AI tech oligarch apparatus that is enshittifying everything else. Like, Trump is honestly I was thinking about this earlier today. Is like, yes, there has been a long gestating, like, nascent conservative project that has resulted in the moment we're at now. Yes, like the feckless liberalism that has continued to fucking, wring its hands over respectability politics instead of putting up any fight has led to where we are now. But the truly, like, nefarious underpinnings of everything, the shit that is just continued to throw us all into the ever-churning gyre of fucking this capital machine that continues to break down, has been the tech class. It's been the tech oligarchs. It's been Silicon Valley. It's where all this abundance bullshit is coming from, where it is this... okay, so I've talked about it before, and Ryan actually, if Ryan's still here, Ryan actually helped me film a video essay. I am doing a video essay that has a little bit more polish, a little bit more production value. We had a set, we did a lighting setup for some sections, I reenacted scenes from The Matrix, we used a green screen. I hope it turns out okay. It should. But I'm doing a proper, like, fucking video essay, and I haven't been able to actually dig into it yet, because I have the Jubilee essay that's going to be out tomorrow. I have a sneak Christian movie review that I'm very excited to share, and then that's going to be pedaled down on that. And it's a biggin. It's a big video. It is kind of bleak, but I think it is honest, and there's going to be a kind of, if it does well, and I need it to do well, y'all. Like, for me, I need you, when you see the video titled "Your Nostalgia Is Not Your Own," I need you to click on it. I need you to at least just have it on in the background, leave a comment, leave a like. Like, I need it. Because every time I've tried to do a proper essay, it doesn't do what it needs to. I'm looking at everybody who didn't fucking watch my Spider-Man essay. Y'all, that shit cooked. Thank you very much, Jade. Broke, but sent. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything you do. You deserve to protect your sanity and take breaks. Don't forget. Yeah. Your nostalgia is not your own is going to be fucking awesome. And then, if it does well, which I'm hoping it will, I have two other. I envision it to be kind of a like a trilogy. Not necessarily because they cover all the same topics, but they cover related topics and topics that kind of weave into and out of each other. If not literally, then philosophically. And the other two topics are AI subhumanism and are kind of the bizarre pseudo-religious reverence for the tech class that has been gestating for, I would say 2030. I would say probably since like Steve Jobs was really prominent, just this like wide-eyed admiration for these people, holding them up as these titans of industry. And lo and behold, now we're at a point where they are running like literal cults and have literal like literal god complexes. And it's like, those are the real, like, again, Trump, terrible, awful. But the people who are really doing all the awful shit that is enabling Trump, that is enabling all the other shit that we're doing, all the other shit we're dealing with, are people like Peter Thiel. It's people like Elon Musk. It's no accident that Trump has surrounded himself with them. It's no accident that all four of those fuckers, Bezos and Zuck, were at the fucking inauguration. It's not even pseudo-religious. It's indistinguishable. Well, I think you mean Rocco's Basilisk, Brutus Magnuson. Which I don't believe in. That's fucking dumb. Had Sean the Black on. Basically ignored everything he was saying. So many leftist streamers were covering yesterday. I don't really care. I'm gonna be so real. And it's not like, because I'm sure some people will be like, oh, fucking Dead Domain was, dick riding on Hassan. Like, it's not that, because I don't like know Hassan. I just don't care. I'm so tired of infighting. I really am. I'm so tired of minor quibbles. I'm so tired of respectability politics. I'm tired of people being, if I can be so for real with you. One thing I'm tired of, and this is, again, oh, okay, gotcha. Bruce Max, I was making a joke comparing Rocco's Basilisk to Pascal's Wager. Gotcha. That, in that case, that's very funny. That's pretty good. Snaps all around. Quantum Mechanic, thank you for becoming a member. Robsterclaw, thank you for following. Speaking of which, I'm working on one of my bright spots for the week. That Edge of Eternities joint. I got Rogost. What the fuck is his name? Rogost? Gastronaut. Ragost. Hell yeah. Did not have, where's my fucking Scryfall, dog? Lobster Citizen, I'm building a deck right now. I'm finally going to make Boros work for me. And the deck I've been building, it's artifact foods and cards where you have to roll a d6 or d20. So it's all rolling. Commander, Lobster Citizen, deck name, Lobster Rolls. Put it up in lights. Let's go. Sam Cedar did an incredible interview with an astrophysicist going over why all this AI shit is both a cult and stupid as hell. Yeah, it's unfortunately the thing with AI that is, again, Meredith Naven, thank you for another 5. Did you hear the joke about the guy who headbutted a tree? There was no punchline, only a face palm. Very good. You're telling me a lobster fried this food token? Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Andromeda Archives. Dee Dee, you have inspired me to start playing Magic. I want to be a Chaos Goblin. I need to put. I've been meaning to put both of my Judith decks because they're at a point where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can put this on EDH rec, and I need to talk. My fucking, Ashnod is gross. When y'all hear the new episode of Podatalk with Bugs, I talk about Ashnod. Do you have a Moxfield? Yeah, I do use Moxfield. I have a couple decks on Moxfield. I just a little while ago I put a bunch of them in there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Nor. All right, I'll do that later. Oh wait, no, I can probably just look me up. No. I just want to look something up. There's me. Yeah, like, Spirits, that's a dumb deck. Dungeons, that's a dumb deck. Squirrels, dumb. Rats, super dumb. Backup plans and dinosaur vampires, let's go. Costume parties, goated. Mad science is goated. Blood celebration. What was blood celebration? Blood celebration. Oh, blood celebration's Asterion. Let's go. This is also out of date. This was way back when I was before I knew what I was before I could exsanguinate for like 80 a turn. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Oh, so good. Good stuff. Anyway, yeah, my throat is already starting to go. Jimmy Bean 556 just finished Claire Obscure. Boy, is that game fitting for the grief I'm feeling this year about the direction the world is heading. So I'm gonna say I haven't. So I've been trying out more weed and stuff, and just like kind of dipping my toe into it. I haven't been going like crazy overboard with it, but I have had, I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago, where like if I have a night where I have nothing to do or I'm kind of just done for the night, but I know I'm gonna be up for a couple hours, I will dive into some video games on edibles, on that kind of stuff. And that's been very enjoyable because it puts me in a place of observance. Like when I am high, I realize that I get so like interested in minutia, and it brings me back to a place where I used to enjoy games like that. Like when I was a kid, I used to like be able to play games, you know, and just enjoy them. And I feel there's a balance I have to hit because I can't consistently play like that. Like I don't play well. You know, I'm not going online playing anything multiplayer, but I am like exploring games. Small intimate games are really great for me. I played a bunch of puppet combo games, which are games I love anyway, but just like here are these not incredibly, but fairly well detailed, like intricate environments that you can just kind of fuck up and explore and just like look at stuff. And I love doing that. It's great for me. Last night, I was having a little bit of a night. And no, I don't, Slow-Mo Panda, I don't have that, like, I've never been more, like, functional or anything like that. Like, when I'm on weed, I'm useless to the world. Like, I will say that. I've never felt like, oh, yeah, now I can fucking lock in, let's get this done. Does not have that effect for me. If it does for you, I'm so happy for you. I decided, you know what? I need to get in touch a little bit. I've been really trying. Amid everything else I'm doing, I've been so trying to keep it in the front of my head to keep working on my script, my screenplay, because I want it fucking done by the end of the year. Adnan, thank you very much. I will. Hey, Adnan. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll get back to my thingy. Um. So I watched Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which is a movie that had occurred to me as I was watching it while incredibly high. Because, again, my tolerance, real low. I took 2 weed edibles. And it occurred to me that I knew I had watched it before, but I had not paid attention to it really. I don't think I had at the time. Because that is a movie that is... Okay, let me put it like this. I feel like when I wasn't high, that movie was absolutely inscrutable. And watching it while very high, everything made complete sense. Like, it just, every little aspect of it clicked into place, and it was such a, like, I say beautiful, and I mean beautiful in an abstract sense, but it was such a beautiful, it is such a beautiful, mournful kind of glimpse inside the neuroses of small town life and like abuse and the effect it has on people. Yeah, it's fucking... let me tell you, on weed, it's pretty good. Very much. It's one of those movies that I also think it when you kind of get it, quote unquote get it, it's a lot of other pieces of media start to slip into place. Things like Control, Alan Wake, and maybe it's because I love those things that I'm able to kind of deconstruct some of the themes and stuff for them in that movie. But for my, and again, if you know nothing about Fire Walk with Me, to my mind, what is happening? So the end of Twin Peaks, right? Because Fire Walk with Me is both a sequel and a prequel, I think. Again, I'm going by when I was high and I was watching it. And if I know there's going to be Twin Peaks heads who are like, well, actually, no, this is what the Black Lodge symbolizes. And so, in my mind, what it is a sequel where Dale Cooper is walking through the Black Lodge, wandering in the Black Lodge in that 20-year period between Twin Peaks Season 2, the end, and the beginning of The Return, right? And as he is going through there, he is encountering Laura Palmer, who, of course, is the murder victim. Like, who killed Laura Palmer? That's the whole mystery of the show, right? And as he is in this kind of like cosmic nightmare realm, this like dream state, space between spaces, Laura, and what I got out of it, and this is again my personal interpretation, Laura is continually reliving the events, the 7 days that led up to her death. And the reason that I was like, oh fuck, it's a time loop, kind of, is that there are moments throughout where like Leland Palmer, who's her like incestuous, shitty, abusive father, one of her boyfriends, there are these moments that feel so strange when she interacts with them because it has this like familiarity to it. And the reason that I was like, oh, this is a time loop, because they are all like mourning her. They are all saying goodbye and or realizing the role they played in her death, and that is why they react weirdly in Fire Walk with Me. Like there is a reasoning for Leland Palmer like having so many fucking bizarre breakdowns, because like the way I see it is that like the Red Room or the Black Lodge is like I see it, it's very much in the same sense of controls the oldest house to me, where it is like it is sentient but not thinking, if that makes sense. Like it has ways to react to the things inside of it, but it is not like, it's not like Valgavoth, you know, it's not like Duskmorn where it is like this nefarious demonic entity. There are demonic entities within it, things like Bob, who I read as a demon, and other creatures that like I think are just like tricksters and other things that manifest inside of that realm. And that's what I think, like there are things that are kind of there tormenting Leland, tormenting some of these, like it's almost Silent Hilly in a way. And viewed through that lens, viewed through like this kind of separation of reality, where it is this, because when you watch it straight through, it's a fucking unhinged film. Like it very much, it is open to interpretation. I think that's the thing I love about it. But it is so, no, they're all dead and in purgatory. How is that different from what I'm saying, Chris De Laurentiis? Pretty sure. Yeah, it's been, so that was fun. That was fun for me. That was fun for me. No, Yenzo, I don't want to react to anybody else's videos tonight. I am not in the mood. Oh, I'm joking, but that's what they said about Lost. Okay. Hey, there's a show I never finished. Yeah, anyway. Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me. Hot take, pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, don't forget to donate literally everything else that's happened these days. I mean, if y'all are here for it, I'm here for it. I don't know how much longer, over like 2 hours, because my fucking throat is already starting, I feel, to give out. I get so wrapped up in what I'm saying that I forget that my throat is already sore. But yeah, if y'all can help out in any way, help donate some money to the cat. Check out the links down below. I would really, really super duper uber appreciate it. I've got rent coming out. I've got, thank you very much, Johnny Viral. I don't know, money is fucking, it's so dumb, man. And I'm starting to actually feel the price increases on shit too. Because I was like, hey babe, do you want to go down, just get something cheap to eat? Because we don't have much in the fridge. I still have to go shopping. Don't have money for it. And we went down, and I was like, fucking Sbarro. Like, I was like, oh, you know, Sbarro, $10 for 2 pieces of pizza. And no. Sbarro is like, there's like $16 for 2 pieces of pizza and a fucking drink, and I'm like, huh? Hello? What a fucking nightmare, chat. What a nightmare. I always love seeing like Dead Domain Twitter. I did want to show off these two really quick because I worked on these this last week, and these are two. These aren't really, I mean, this one's edited, but for those who don't know, I also have an OnlyFans. I also do modeling and cosplay work. If you would like to go support, I have plenty of pictures incoming that I'm very excited about. um, that I think turned out so good. I worked really hard on this cosplay. I'm so happy with how it came out. Um, this is the most work I've ever put into a cosplay. Where like this whole chest piece I made entirely, put the fur on it, made the body like contours to the body and everything. Uh, the I had to line. Well, my partner actually lined those. I had a friend like sew the outfit so that I still had the boob window, but then also the arms were exposed. Yeah. Meredith, thank you. Do you hear about the new game where you play as fighting fruits called Mortal Kombat? Do you have how many? Why do you have so many of those? Why do you have so many of those puns? What are you using them for? Do not accept worker. My second great Sonic love. Yeah, so if you enjoy these picks, just know there's plenty more coming to the OnlyFans. Um, if you needed another way to give me money, yeah. Also, I like. Okay, so the insane part of this is that Freedom of Speech 2025 edition. Oh, chat. Okay, I think I found the thing I want to do. I think I found the thing I want to do. I think I found the thing I want to do, chat. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Do we want to listen in on Freedom of Speech 2025 edition? Starring our friend of the channel, Maya Poets. Friend of the show, Maya Poet. Hell yeah. Oh no, Hendrix isn't here. Why? Why are you in here? No, I will start listening.
I don't see it. It's in the nest?
Yeah, I put it in the nest just now.
Oh, there it is. Hold on.
Okay. Go ahead, Jen.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Why is
Well,
it?
this is the usual topic, AGP, AGP.
Okay, there it goes.
We all know it's multiple
Okay,
paraphilia
now.
addiction. I think what people are confused about
Here we
is
go.
that
Here we go,
paraphilias
chat.
are actually very dangerous. That's why they're listed in the DSM, because they're dangerous. They're dangerous to the public. And when you have a man coming in the bathroom, we know
Who's
he's
this?
the
Who's
enemy
talking?
because he's lying.
Hello.
No one can change sex.
Hello.
So they're all a threat. Every single one of them. They're all lying. And they know they can't change sex. They want to push their paraphilias on women because they're stronger and they can get away with it. The women are multiple paraphilia addicted too. You guys got addicted from porn. And not just porn. Just regular TV.
Stop.
Regular TV will get you addicted.
Okay, give me a sec.
Because if you watch Game of Thrones, you saw some rape scenes. That's more hardcore than most porn. So we're all exposed to multiple paraphilia, and some of us got addicted, and the ones that did, on the very, very far end of the addiction, the very far, after most people have, moderate addictions, they got so addicted that they call it something like trans. but actually trans
This is
just
the
multiple
most
paraphilia addiction when
insane.
you get to that point. If you're trans,
Who's
you're
speaking?
already
America.
multiple paraphilia addicted, and you should probably figure out
American
which ones
Turf
are
at Radfem Beat.
You should figure out. You know you have voyeurism.
Woo!
Exhibitionism is number 2 on the multiple end of this. But you might have other ones, fodderism.
Chat, do I request to speak? Do I request to speak?
To the gender dysphoric, who are actually multiple paraphilia addicted, to figure out. And now they have to unwind that.
I love when people don't
It's
understand the
gonna be a big
words
job
they
for them.
say.
Because it's a big job to unwind addiction, especially one that involves harming other people. So, I mean, there is no AGP. There is no trans. This is multiple paraphilia addiction. And the reason it's covered under paraphilia is because the people that you're forcing your addiction on aren't willing. They're unwilling. And you have to force it. So that makes
How do I
illegal.
mute this bitch? How do I?
Actually, it's illegal.
It's
to force your sexual.
What the fuck are you talking about? She's
So
just saying words.
What AGP is. AGP is.
Okay, but you just said.
Let's talk about AGP for 3 years and try to figure it out. When it's all.
God, this is fucking. This is galaxy brain shit. She's saying AGP isn't real?
Yeah, because we all have multiple paraphilia exposure. We've all been exposed.
Ron's KFC, I'm looking forward to Tokon. I don't really fuck with Arxis too much, but it looks cool.
They willingly gave themselves, actually. Because they got so into their little addiction. And so, like, if you think about what we call AGP, that's like late stage alcoholism with your liver, 3 times the size and your whole fucking body's jaundice. That's where they're at. And I mean, it's sad because it will kill them. But that's what it is. So if you're wondering what gender dysphoria is or AGP is or any of the bullshit marketing schemes they came up with,
AGP is not
multiple paraphilia addiction.
AGP is the shit you dumbasses say.
That's what we're dealing with. And until we start calling it the right thing and having people understand, yes, we know you're addicted to fucking to public perversion. Until we, as a society, start calling it what it is, it's not going to go away.
Did everybody notice how Hiona just ran away? Oh, there he is. Oh, Hiona, you're back. Hang on. I would love to hear your response to Jen. Let me free up a spot for you. There you go.
Who's this cunt?
What do you think about Jen's statement that you must have multiple paraphilia addiction, Hiona?
I think what Jen said was pretty ridiculous. This is all the thing about psychology. And by the way, I have a bachelor's of psychology from Boston College when I became a commissioned officer in the U.S. Marine Corps.
So already coming out with way more credentials.
We're still looking for Christopher. He's missing. He was a good man. He didn't violate women's spaces. He wasn't a male abuser.
By the way,
he wasn't a male abuser. He was in control of his paraphilia. He kept his panties in a duffel bag in the barracks and only wore them once in a while.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
I have a picture of me and Alex Jones if you want to exploit that one too.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, I've actually, so there's several different autogynephiles who have been on the Alex Jones show in man mode.
People just
compiling a list, so
okay.
I will add you to that list. It's part of this whole thing where I'm going to ask Alex Jones if he's
people
on
just
his
fucking
autogynephiles or
sit
if it's
on?
Just
Is this where?
I'm not sure.
Is this where TERFs gather? This is how they spend their time?
Cock or not, but I think it's probably true that he would love it if Robert White would dom him.
Well, I have pictures of me and Alex Jones.
Jesus Christ!
You should tell him you became a tranny. I'm sure he'd want a bottom for you.
So anyway, yeah. To answer your question.
Wait, are we talking about Alex Jones or Adam, Ari?
We're talking about it applies to both, but
it applies to
is
both.
Adam as bad as Alex Jones?
I don't know who this Adam is they're talking about.
Well, Fiona, I would suggest if you're looking for a bitch boy to top, now that you've gone female, you look towards Adam.
What the fuck is your problem, bitch?
I'm not a she-male.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what you're becoming. You're becoming a female.
No.
But like,
Right.
okay, so right now you're 7 months on estrogen. So no, right now you are a female, and you'll be in your female years for some time.
No.
No, you're like a barely gynecomastia female that's having his last penis atrophy because he can't help but castrate himself, right?
No,
Is that not an accurate description of your current state? I don't understand.
Check a DM.
Check a DM.
Okay.
Oh, Leona, I hear that you're quite a well endowed, both financially and otherwise, gentleman. So there's many an impoverished bottom that you could make a fine benefactor towards.
Did Leona drop down, or?
I think he's gonna have to switch to his alt again. I unblocked him, so I'm trying to roll with Hendrix's very sincere commitment to free speech.
Lita, look at the nest.
Thank you.
If you hear sizzling in the background, it's because my husband's making steaks. But look in the nest.
All right, I requested to speak.
Wait, what's going to be more well done, Ari steaks or Leona after everyone's finished roasting them?
We need.
Oh
no! Dead domain is
Ari,
requested.
that needs to be blocked out.
We can let dead domain. I'll let you up as soon as there's a space for you.
I'm crying.
All right, so I just would like to say that, I would like to be gracious and be like, oh, I accept your apology for calling me a bitch, but really, I just am like so used to.
Yes, I did. I did say I'm not a female
of delusion, sir.
No, I don't submit to your ways.
Oh wait, no, I'm just listening.
Demonstratively in favor of free speech in her spaces, which are always kind of a rough stone rolling. I blocked you because you were acting like a lunatic. So if there can be less of that, I'll leave you unblocked.
Females get crazy, it's like females gone wild sometimes.
Females gone wild.
Originally,
that's like all of Twitter, really.
Okay, chat. So I have.
That's what happened. Originally, I blocked you first months ago, and then you blocked me back.
Yeah. Heather really wanted.
My throat hurts. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water, and then we're gonna go in.
Hendrix was into it too, but like Heather wasn't ready for a relationship.
That did happen.
Yeah. So that's the same thing you told me though. So like really we're the same. I was just, this pathetic puppy dog following you around being rejected because that's how all your friendships are.
I love how his world, Lita, it's like no, you didn't block me. I blocked you. Like he has to be in the position of power, and then you blocked me back.
That's the truth. Those are
Ari, what's really funny about this is like, Ari, you and I didn't have like super similar school experiences, but neither one of us was like a cool kid at all, right?
No.
Like, and now
oh no shit!
This very weird thing.
Oh, you fucking
it's like
crazy.
The cool kids are now like actively trying to make us want to be that almost. Well, and we've already been through it. Like this is what I always try to say to people. It's like these like very middle school mean girl tactics are not going to work on people who actually had to live through them in school. Like we're immune.
Here's what happened.
Do you think no trans people had to live through bullying in school?
All of the bullies got consumed by their autogynephilia, and they started wearing panties, and now they feel vulnerable.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
But
I
that
only see
jock
one
that used to
hand.
be smearing the queer is now masturbating in his girlfriend's panties, and then COVID happened, and they all tuned out.
Dude, the connection between that and COVID really needs to be like academically explored. All right, I see one hand up from Sense Certain.
Yeah, thank you. I've just got a question for Leona. Um, so, do you think that AGPs don't exist?
That's what she said.
I think no, I do not. I think there's well, if you it depends on what you mean by AGP. If I sound echoey, it's because I'm anyway. Um, so
Are you in the yoga room right now, Leona?
no, no, no. There's sexual fetishes that people have, and if you're referring to that and you're calling it AGP, well then yeah, some people have these weird addictions. Okay, but
Well,
if
I
you're
mean, but
talking
like, what
about
would you say? What
every
would you say
trans
about
woman,
like all of the autogynephilic transsexuals throughout history and all of the current ones who call themselves AGP and acknowledge AGP as the ideology for why they transitioned? Are you just
Exactly.
like erasing them?
That was
I,
going to be my question. Like, there are self-confessed AGPs. So, are you saying that they're wrong about their own quote unquote identity?
since what I'm saying is these self-confessed AGPs are buying the dogma and identifying it. They are choosing to identify with this theory that back to psychology is not hard science. It's
Leona's got a
abstract.
good,
It's not like
sounds like she's got a
physics or
good
math
handle
or
on this.
biology. When you study biology or psychology, you're looking at behavior patterns and you're trying to figure out the brain. Well, really, if you want to call AGP a sexual fetish, there are some people who have that. I don't have that. A fetish where you're doing weird things and you might be harming yourself or others or detracting from
Weird
your
things.
productivity.
You're just wanking off
Weird
to
things
yourself in a
like
mirror.
trying to mimic the yoga poses of women in porn categories that you're watching and
I
then
bet you.
posting that porn in the lesbian section, that kind of weird stuff.
I bet you can't do a handstand like me, and nobody can. I can't control those tags. Anyway, to answer
So this
Seth's,
is also a classic.
I
This is a
understand that
classic
like
cluster B tactic.
Are
Sorry,
you
I just
gonna
really want to
fucking let
educate the
her
room on
talk
this.
or not? Jesus
So when
Christ.
Ari like called him out specifically on doing something that by most lights is a weird and fetishistic thing that fits very neatly into the definition of AGP, he immediately tried to flip the conversation around. So this is exactly what someone with an external locus of control does. This is a
no,
behavior pattern that is super predictable. And
no.
again, once
Let
you
me
see it, you can't unsee it. And Bud, hey, listen, if you have a bachelor's in psychology, you're probably even better at it than average. I got to give you that.
No,
well, just very quickly. Dead Domain. Did you want to say something? I don't know if you can't raise your hand or not, but you feel free to go ahead.
Yeah, no, it just seems like there's a lot of people here talking about how fetishistic and sexual and AGP all these trans women are, yet y'all can't stop bringing up Leona's dick, and y'all can't stop talking about sexual fetishes and shit. Like, you talk more about this shit than any trans person I know.
It's his penis that makes you a man.
New here? Are you new here, Dad? Like,
Oh,
I can't speak for Hendrix, but like Ari's explicit goal is to break the zeitgeist about AGP. Like that has been his stated goal for months. So that's really normal in a space where he's a co-host. Just trying to get you up to speed.
so it's y'all think it's normal behavior to gather together and talk about other people's dicks? That's normal to you.
We're not.
That's what you're
I
saying?
think it's very normal
That
behavior
is what the gays
to
do.
gather together. I think it's very normal behavior to gather together and speculate on what's going on with a cult that has seized society and is allowing males into female spaces, and why so many of these men are married and have wives and are not non-conforming in any way before they suddenly start cross-sex ideating. Why being cloistered at home with no societal shame and free reign to cross dress resulted in such a huge peak in male to female transitioners. Like, why is trans what it is? Because what trans people say about it doesn't really add up with what's observed by society. And then when you dig into the history, what you find is that the entire trans community is lying to our society. And whether they're aware of it, whether they're just in denial, like that's a case by case basis, really. A lot of people are just willfully ignorant. A lot of people are intentionally ignorant. But ultimately, the entire construct of trans as we know it today is based on a lie. It's concealing perversion. It's putting women and children in jeopardy. And we're going to talk about it. You don't have to like it, but we're going to talk about it.
Well, to what I
Oh, they muted me. They muted me. Muted by host.
I think that was a double mute. Leona.
Muted by host.
Finish up regarding that is to basically say that every trans woman falls under either HSTS if they're attracted to men, or AGP if they happen to be attracted to women. Characterizes every trans woman as having this sexual
chat. The name of the space is Freedom of Speech 2025.
I completely denounce it.
She wants to sit there. Oh, I had the perfect.
You can tell me whatever
they want to sit there and call trans people a cult.
Out there, like everyone.
All right, I'll mute this real quick. They want to sit there and call trans people a cult, but then say like, no, we know the real truth. Only we know what's actually going on. We're clued in, and nobody else believes us. But we know what the gays are actually doing. They're talking about dicks, so we're gonna go and we're gonna talk about dicks because that's what the gays do. Honey, y'all are the cult. You're the cult. This is not. Let's go, chat. Okay, I think they
either bucket. Even I don't fit neatly into either bucket. And there are people who are medicalized that have not been medicalized traditionally. And there's this social indoctrination, sure. But then when you look at someone like Heathbert or someone like you, it becomes very clean cut because you do fit so neatly into a box. And it's unfortunate like that trans ideology has erased what trans is. And like I'm not trying to create a dichotomy of good ones versus bad ones. I also like to say there's no such thing as a base tranny. There are no good ones. Every single one of them that uses women's spaces is a predator and is contributing to the abuse of women. So there really are like virtually no good ones, and I don't believe there's any valid reason to transition.
Can I just say, like,
that.
Like, AGP is not all about fetish. It's not all about like a sexual thing. It's like there's like a relational, like personal aspect to it. Like, it's not all about like, oh, it's like this guy's like jerking off in panties. Like, it's like a relational. There's more to it than that. You know?
I'm not even sure I'm muted on their side.
I mean, it's not just a fetish, but like the.
I'm gonna. God, they keep calling Leona Hiona. They're such shitheads. I don't even know. They're talking such bullshit. I don't even know where to start, and they're just moving on before anybody can address their fucking.
Like display of AGP.
I don't have
it's a pretty perverse display of AGP.
You gaslight me again. You gaslight me again. You're the one who dug up my porn. I had no control over the hashtags. Don't say that to me.
Oh, really? You didn't upload it under those hashtags?
No.
Then why would somebody go and post the porn of a man who would later go on to cross-sex ideate into the lesbian section when he was 100% pre-transition, and there was no sign that he was going to one day cross-sex ideate. It's not like your porn was flagged as trans. You were a whole normal male who was not transitioning or medicalizing at all when that porn was uploaded. So there's no like the idea that someone else put it there just doesn't really hold water. Do you get that? Like nobody who's intelligent would think that somebody else put it there. Somebody else saw you, a full-on man, in a men's area of the porn section, downloaded that porn, and then put it in the women's
Are you
section.
gonna let her fucking
And then
speak
just
or not?
so
Jesus
coincidence,
Christ.
you happen to be a tranny now?
Guys.
That's what you want us to believe?
Guys, I just want to ask something. So, I'm a gender fluid person who frequently cross-dresses at cons, including a Kyoshi warrior at these things.
You mean man?
What exactly is the big problem with this?
Sir, could you rephrase your question?
Yeah, I cross-dress as
Sir, could you
multiple
rephrase your
characters
question?
at conventions. One of them is the Kyoshi warrior from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's my
what
girl right
exactly
there.
is the
That's
big
my girl.
problem with that, according to all of you?
Oh, you just called yourself a
personally,
crossdresser.
I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with what anybody wears. I'm gender critical. I'm not a gender conservative. I hang out with Ari, who occasionally wears skirts and aoyais and things that are traditionally associated with femininity, and he gets his nails done regularly, and they're longer than mine, and like I don't care, right? Like I've been a
Yeah,
fag
you
head for
do.
over 30 years. So here's the thing. It's really interesting to me that all of these men who have a literal boner on this subject really need to tell me my own thoughts and perceptions. I don't know how old you
It's
are.
really
I was
interesting to me that you
47.
can't stop talking about other people's boners.
Yeah, why did
No,
you instantly
okay,
go to that?
hang
Like,
on.
why you gotta take it to such
You're
a
a
weird
man,
place?
you don't understand why women
Because they're in
need
the
to be
women's room.
concerned about
Because
the boners of men.
Yes, like
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand why you need to be
Nobody's
theorizing
blood
about
maybe
people having
gets sent
boners.
through these things.
Hang on. Like we can all chill and I can answer your question because it's actually a pretty short answer. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I don't have a problem with whatever clothes or hairstyle or whatever anybody wants to wear. What I am saying is that women, generally speaking, have a very good sense of what men are doing this for perverse reasons and what men are doing it for fashion reasons. And we've muddied the waters around this, but everybody knew this when I was a kid.
I speak.
My skater friends who were dudes wore dresses to wind everybody up. I regularly painted their nails for them. Kurt Cobain wore a dress on Headbangers Ball. Prince and Bowie constantly cross-dressed. Boy George, everybody knew he was a boy. Nobody cared. This is new. This rigid adherence to gender roles and being like, well, if women wear dresses, then whoever wears a dress is a woman. That's new.
You're literally talking to somebody who's talking about how they don't have a rigid adherence to gender roles.
No, babe, I
I'm
don't acknowledge
gender
your weird
fluid.
religion. You're not gender fluid because you're a man and I can tell by your voice. I believe in science and material reality. You can believe
I
in
don't
whatever
think you
Multiple
do.
people
I
over
don't
the
think
phone
you
throughout
do.
my life have said that they think I'm a woman at the same time. Multiple people over the phone have said I'm a woman. So even that, in all honesty,
It doesn't mean you are,
Okay,
though.
I'm really sorry that you talk to people who are retarded, but everybody knows you're a man.
why
Was it the
are you
TTY
using
service?
that word?
It doesn't
Like,
mean you are,
are-
though, sir.
Did you read
You
the
get
title to this?
validated
Did you read
when
the
they
title
said
to
you
the
were
space
a
that
man.
said freedom of speech? Did you read
Stop
that?
counting at the
Like,
top of your
Lito,
lungs.
Did you
50%
really?
of deaf people think he sounds like a woman.
Yeah, like, do you really think that you're gonna come in here and police people's speech and that's gonna go well for you? Like, again, are y'all new here?
Oh wow! Please don't say something. Please don't say a slur that's been used like a lot of ableist trash. Like how horrible.
Retard's descriptive.
So this is funny, but actually retarded was standard English, and before that it was imbecile, moron, and idiot. And what you're referring to is called the linguistic drift, because you don't think of idiot as a slur. I can almost guarantee it, even though it was the original meaning of the word that you're trying to police out of my speech now. And it's not going to work. You can keep trying, and you can feel real good about your virtue signaling up there on your high horse, but those arguments don't really work in 2025.
The high
2025.
No,
Define
no,
a
trust me,
woman.
girl.
Word.
Nobody is
Oh,
trying to take
wow.
the words moron and idiot away from you. Those are yours to keep.
You can't define a woman, so you can't define a retard.
So I'm gonna keep retard too. I'm going to keep all the words that I want to say. And if you want to tell me that I'm a bad person, you can. But the thing is, you believe in such a weird, fucked up religion that it's really hard for me to take anything you have to say seriously. And
I don't think you understand what a religion
And
constitutes.
what religion is that?
The religion of gender identity, which is a completely unverifiable faith-based concept made up by a
You
pedophile.
sound exactly like a creationist when they say somebody in evolution believes in a religion. Like,
I know it's really important. I know it's really important for you to lump me in with a bunch of reactionary conservative Christians. I wasn't raised in a faith tradition. I've never belonged to a church in my entire adult life. And I spent my entire career and my entire education studying science. That's my background.
I'm the
Right?
MAGA gay. Come for me.
Yeah, like do you know how many MAGA gays I've met just this year?
I'm a MAGA gay. Come for me.
Right. There's lots of them.
See, he won't come for me because I don't own any pantyhose.
Also, you're a man, Mike.
Why are you making this about pantyhose now?
Because
nobody. Notice none of the trans people keep bringing up pantyhose. None of the trans people keep bringing up jacking off in women's spaces or boners or anything else. It's all of y'all.
Yeah, it's very convenient for you guys to ignore that.
Talk about what's really behind the behavior, and because
Sorry, chat. I love dropping a little bomb.
you don't want us to talk about the real motivation for your behavior. It bothers you.
I don't care if y'all are bringing it up. It's just bewildering how much you care.
That's the only contribution you've made to this conversation is to care about us bringing it up. Just to be clear.
If you're so offended, why are you listening? Just leave the fucking space.
Oh, honey, you have to work so much harder to offend me.
Well, then,
your
then
voice
why
is
are
saying
you
something
offended about
different.
women talking
It's
about
funny, why are you complaining?
Right? If it's
I have heard
fucking
nothing.
I thought we were talking. I thought, hey, I thought this was a free speech area. I thought we can say what we. I thought this was free speech. Like, why is everybody getting mad at me?
Say what you want to say, and then we will respond to it.
You're offended, right?
We will respond, and we will respond to the points you're making with points of our own, right? Like this is it's actually similar to the. Wait a minute, hold on.
Well, you have about as much of a point as a pizza cutter, babe.
I love how you keep acting like you're not bothered, but then you're acting like a triggered little bitch. You're literally like, I'm not bothered, as you act like a triggered little bitch. Try harder.
He's a fucking queer.
All right. So I saw two hands up. One was Sense and one was Jen, but then we also have people on request that I can't give spots to. So I don't know who was first, Sense or Jen, but one of y'all can go ahead, and then I'm going to try to shuffle some people around.
Ari,
go ahead, Jen.
First, I just wanted to add that, like, everyone keeps talking about fetishes. Fetishes are not paraphilias. People with paraphilias have fetishes. So some people that have fetishes don't have paraphilias because they keep them in their room. You know, they don't bring them out to public. So paraphilias are what criminally affect the public. So, and transvestitism is one of them. So
that is such an excellent
this is that
point,
crazy
Jen,
bitch
and
who was
I
talking.
really appreciate you making it. And once we've got everybody shuffled around, I want to tell the dog collar story again because I think it's really illustrative of that. Because you're dead on.
So fetishes are not inherently bad, like bad for the public, right? Fetishes are, are something that some people have that have multiple paraphilia addiction, and some people have fetishes that they keep private in their bedroom. We are not experiencing people's fetishes. We're experiencing multiple paraphilia addiction via their public fetishes, right? Fetishes can be private and they don't land in the multiple paraphilia addiction department because that person has kept their sexual, activities private. So stop saying that we're talking about fetishes, number one, because we're not. We're talking about multiple paraphilia addictions. That is what trans people, quote, have.
Absolutely not. I do not have any addictions. An addiction is something where I'm wasting time with myself, making my life worse, or harming other people. I do not have an addiction. No.
Yeah, what the genuine fuck is this?
Are you an exhibitionist? You go out dressed up, pretending you're something you're not? Are you an exhibitionist?
Well, this is who I am.
Yes, then who you are is multiple paraphilia addiction.
No, see, you're moving the goalposts.
Would you please?
That's basically saying that like cosplayers at the same time, like, you know, are part of this, like, you know, pretending that you're something you're not. It's just like, what the fuck?
Cosplayers.
I know a lot of cosplayers, and they don't do it 24 hours a day.
Do you even know what the word means?
Cosplayers are going to an event like as if they're theater actors, you know, on a stage, right? They're not using the fucking world.
That by definition is pretending to be somebody they're not. In fact, acting in general is the idea of pretending to be something.
So this is another thing where
do you go to work?
I gotta educate the room again. This thing where it's like, well, then you're saying that actors, this is called cluster B confabulation, where they take one point, they take one tiny kernel of truth, and they sow it into a beautiful cornfield that is ripe with bullshit. And again, once you see it, it's hard to unsee.
That sounds like some hardcore cope to me.
Yeah, and
you know what? I would very much encourage you to read a book, because if you do, you will understand that what I am saying is literally textbook. Because you guys love to rely on the power of authority, and you love to talk about the DSM. So I would encourage you to check it out.
Peer-reviewed article in your life. You have not read a single peer-reviewed article in your life.
I don't have 2 STEM degrees. That's all nonsense. Yeah.
You can get peer-reviewed articles from online. Like, you can just look up.
I had an Eric password for 15 years. Okay, sit the fuck down. All of you children think that you invented things like cosplay and talking about sex in adult spaces and, you know, cross-dressing. I'm kicking 50 in the ass. None of this is new. The fact that do you even know what that is? Yes, honey. I knew what that was when you were a zygote. Okay?
You don't think that your age might be factoring into your, like, worldview here, where you are holding on to these outdated ideologies and notions and refusing to accept any new information being provided?
So I'm
What's your opinion on the concept of introspection?
I'm so old that I don't know what cosplay is, but if I do know what cosplay is,
I didn't say anything about cosplay.
Than me, that means
I wasn't referring to cosplay.
That is another excellent example of confabulation. Like,
that's another excellent example of that's not what I was talking about. That's not what I was talking about.
But you certainly know a pervert.
It's hard for people to accept they have multiple paraphilia addictions.
Okay. Let me ask you, multiple paraphilia lady. I want to ask you something.
That 100%, yes. All right, let's let Sense talk.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand, like, what sort of warped mind can think that if you behave in a certain way that conforms with a stereotype, it means that you are the characteristic. You know, you are a woman or you are a man if you behave that way, and you see that as being progress or a good thing. I mean, as you said earlier, Letla, you know, in the 1980s, Boy George, Prince, etc., they were men who were able to behave freely without questioning whether or not they were actually still men or if they had navigated into woman. And so
Prince literally wrote a song.
Let me finish. I didn't interrupt you. And so in 2025, for these people to think that they're being novel or somehow progressive by assigning behaviors to the sexes and saying that, you know, if you behave or feel this particular way, it means that you actually are that sex, you are that race, you know, you are that age or whatever it is, that nationality. It's just so regressive. It's restrictive. It's putting people in boxes. It's not freedom at all, especially if you have to cut off your dick in order to behave in a particular way. Thanks.
Okay, so first off, Prince wrote a song where he literally said, I'm not a woman, I'm not a man, I'm something that you'll never understand. So I feel like his understanding of gender was slightly more advanced than yours. Also,
See, this
you
is
are all in the
No, it
exact
wasn't.
same
Dude,
spot. You
hang
are
on.
all in the exact same
Hang
spot
on.
talking about how if you wear a dress
about.
outside, you're a pervert and a fetishist and you have multiple paraphilias and all stuff.
I
So
do
don't
think
talk,
that
sit
Prince
there
was
and ask like, well, how can you sit there and talk
Why
about
the
rigid
fuck
gender
y'all
roles when
always
that's the
howl
only
so
thing y'all are
loudly?
enforcing?
They can't help themselves. So it's so funny. Like, I am
You've been
Oh, they
sorry.
muted
I
me.
screaming out at the
cannot.
top of your lungs this whole thing.
I
I'm an AGP leader.
Those for the
song.
ladies, and he was
Okay.
in a sex dungeon cross-dressed. So
Fine.
that's
That
modern
song
society.
that
Okay.
has been referred to was written from a multiple perspective, right? It was written about a relationship. It wasn't, which I know that all of like the autosexuals in here have a hard time understanding this, but a relationship typically involves at least two people. So when he's like,
Oh
I
God,
just,
please
I'm
don't
sorry.
use Phil Illy's word.
I'm sorry. I just, like I said, I cannot, like every cell in my body is just rejecting having Prince explained to me by someone younger
Okay,
than me. I just
but
fucking
let's
can't.
not use the word autosexual just because we're talking about Prince.
Autosexual. What? They
You know what?
just make up these
Like, I
fucking
can take that.
words.
I don't
man.
want to use that word about Prince either, really.
I know you were like, you didn't want to call Prince an AGP, but you used Phil
Purple
Illy's
Rain
word.
is my favorite album of all time. Do not do this to
I'm
me.
sorry,
This isn't going to
we
be
can't.
taken from
Prince.
me.
I can't fuck with Prince like that.
Nope. I'm holding it out there. Prince is the GC Razor. It's the GC Razor. If you are a true GC and you're like, okay, but if a straight or bisexual man is cross-dressing and in a dungeon, he's cross-dressing specifically for female attention and stuff, that he's an AGP. And then you look at Prince, he's wearing fishnets and heels. Okay, he was in the dungeon. He literally said that he liked wearing heels because the women liked him in the heels. Like, he was very, very clear.
So you're
about
not
it.
okay with gender nonconformity, is what you're saying?
What?
You're not okay with gender nonconformity.
I'm a gender abolitionist. I don't give a
Babe,
fuck what
are
people
you
wear.
new here? Ari is
met
like
me?
a castrated, effeminate,
I'm a
swishy,
faggot
Hispanic
proxy.
Caribbean gay man with like 3-inch acrylic nails. Like, are you new here?
Yeah. Wait.
You're
say
calling
that
him an
again. That's
autogynephile.
glorious.
You're
Wait,
saying
wait,
that
wait,
he's
wait,
a
wait,
pervert.
Wait. Lita, say that again.
I said you are an effeminate, swishy, Hispanic Caribbean gay man with 3-inch acrylic nails. Like, you are very gender nonconforming, and it's weird to me that somebody would come into space with you as the co-host and be like, you hate gender nonconformity. Like who is he talking to?
Muted by host
Have you ever heard
again.
my song "Men Can Be Pretty" and seen the cover? It's literally me in a pure silk aoyai wearing clogs with acrylics on.
Is that the picture that I took of you in Dallas?
This is just a fucking hug box for their dumb turf bullshit. Why am I here, man?
Because there's a mirror on the
Why am
break
I here?
room wall and perfect lighting in the break room.
I have a really rude question.
Okay.
So the person is the one saying all this is dead domain, right?
So it would appear.
Oh my God! Isn't that the guy with the YouTube channel?
I don't know, but why
Last time
are
I checked.
all people that are that delusional always
The
so
YouTube channel
broke?
that has made it have something far better than any of
Why
any
are
of you
y'all
ever
so
made.
broke? You were looking for $40 via Venmo because of a vet visit. Like, why is all your kind so broke?
Why is all your kind so broke? Okay. That's
Really?
the ideology you're coming at me with, because I needed
Oh, that's not
$40 for an
ideology, it's
emergency vet
factual.
visit.
You're begging for money because you had to pay for an Uber to bring the cat to the vet because you're broke.
Okay.
Why don't you do something with your life?
Why don't you
actually
do
like be
something
part of society? I do. I pay your disability check, bitch.
Oh,
let's
honey,
have some
I'm not on
reality here.
disability. I guarantee I contribute more to society than you do.
If you're part of a red state, blue states fund
I
red
live in a
cities
blue
wholesale.
state, but I'm a MAGA faggot.
Or are you a MAGA anything since they're not releasing the files? Like, why would anybody be a MAGA anything after that?
Yeah, bro, you're defending a fucking
Are we gonna
pedophile.
find out your list
like
of
you
AGPs
want
on
to come
this
for me
file
for
list?
being a little bit broke? You're
Where are
defending
the
pedophiles
files?
and shit, my man.
The files were on her desk.
We have a bunch of hands. I'm dropping some people who need to get better manners down. I will do whatever Hendrix asks me to because it's her space. But there are 4 requests.
Wait for me. I'm getting dropped. I'm getting dropped.
I'm
Hang
gonna
on.
flex some executive privilege here.
Oh, I'm gonna flex some executive privilege. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Um,
I'll be shocked if I don't get dropped. I'll be shocked.
let's see. I don't see any hands.
Mike, I'm gonna drop you down, but I'll bring you back up. I'm just trying to make room for people.
Okay, Dead Domain. If you can please look in the nest at the most recent thing I put there. No, I'm absolutely against any faggot crossies wearing dresses.
Dead Domain left.
100% against it. Ugh, the horror.
Okay, I think I got.
Just because I think they should be pissing in the men's. They think it's like a genocide. Oh my god.
Nobody Nobody said genocide. You said genocide. Nobody else said this. Like you all just kind of sit around in these spaces. This is actually a really educational visit for me because you just kind of sit here reconfirming your own biases and theories to each other without actually understanding or bothering to know any trans people. You are. No, that's exactly what you do.
And watch all of you foam at the mouth. I literally.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you know so many trans people. I'm sure you know so many. I'm sure you talk to them so often.
Ari is a fully transitioned man. Like you're like, oh, you don't know any trans people. Like Ari has completely reformed his body to this. Like he's had all the surgery. He's had all of the estrogen. He's had all of the fucking HRT and the indoctrination and everything. Like you don't have to like what Ari has to say, but it's completely preposterous for you to be like, you don't know any trans people. Like that's just ridiculous. It's like saying you hate gender nonconformity to a man who wears a dress when he fucking feels like it. Are you new here? Good Lord.
Yeah, sorry, I
would like to add that
getting a
there's
little
no
turnaround
such
with
thing
all
as
the
trans people, so we really don't know any trans people.
Holy shit! I was not expecting that.
What happened?
Wait, why is your name Lady Addis? You cannot be a trans-identified male. No way. Why is your PFP like anime girl with giant tits and a string bikini with the like cowbell on its neck?
Who are you fucking talking to?
Like the cowbell? So wait,
Yeah,
you're a
well,
man, right?
okay, so
like
this
you're just
is
like a
something that's
completely
really-
normal man.
What?
A Minnesotan. Are you like a Minnesotan farmer that ideates as a cowgirl? Are you like a Minnesota
What the
farmer
fuck? They're
that
just
ideates as
like
a cowgirl?
So here's the thing, I'm not
you're like
actually
a
in
programmer
academia.
ACT, so
I
get
had
it.
a real career dealing with people.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? Who are? I don't even know who they're talking about. I can't tell what is even happening or if it's loading or not anymore. No, I guess these are where am I? Did I get? Oh yeah, I got kicked. That's what happened. I got kicked. Cool.
PFP with the giant tits and the pornification profile, and I see Lady something like Lady Itis, but then
Who
I
the fuck are you talking to?
like
Look at my
farmer
profile
redneck
picture.
hick. Like I don't know what to make of this. Is this a tranny?
Jesus Christ. All right. I think that's the end of it for me.
Are you a tranny?
AGP-itis. Woo! Chat! Look, every now and again, we gotta take a little walk on the wild side. Anyone can just join. You request to talk, and if you don't say what they like enough, they can yell at you. But if you point out like how they can kind of just reconfirm all their shit and they're just saying shit back and forth to each other, like yep, absolutely, yes, all of these trannies, they're just going out there and they can't handle all our big facts and knowledge. And also, if you're wearing a dress, you're an autographile pervert. But also, we're okay with gender nonconformity because look at this one turncoat. Look at this one person who is a trans. I wasn't able to tell if it was just an effeminate man, if it was a trans woman, because again, their conception of gender, they might actually claim that they're like, oh yeah, no, we love Prince, we do all this stuff, but then they're like, we'll have a woman go up and be like, well, any man, like you shouldn't do this. And also like the gender essentialism thing, I really wanted to double back around on that one dude who was like, well, it just seems so totally bonkers to me that how do you have a bioessentialist view of the world where doesn't that seem a bit reductive? And it's like, no, see, that's how I know you don't actually know like trans people. That's how I know that one chick was probably a fortran. Like, when you don't actually know people in the real world, when you don't actually have community in public, that's the kind of brain rot you get, where it's just like sitting online and staring at the world passing you by and being like, oh, look at all these people. I don't know why I went right into my Solid Snake voice. Apparently, Maya was watching chat at one point, which is something. Watching my chat? Hello? Ayo? Yeah, no, so they're okay with... No, here's the thing. They're okay with cross-dressing as long as you, like, greet them and say, hello, yes, I am a man, in your deepest voice possible, so they know, yes, this is a man. So we know that he's... we still think he's a predator, but we're going to treat him... They would still treat a man as a predator like that. Like, here's the thing. In theory, they can sit in these spaces and be like, oh, we love gender nonconformity. We love this, that, and the other. But in practice, what you get is the same ideology that leads to butch women getting harassed for using the women's restroom, where people are just judged on their exterior. So if you had an actual gender nonconforming man, right, use the men's restroom, he could get harassed, assaulted, and they would say, when people are like, oh, well, they thought he was a trans woman, they thought he was going to try and use the women's restroom, and they would just continually double back. They would continue to move those goalposts more and more and more until they found a way to just blame the trans movement, trans ideology, the trans religion. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Give me 1 second. No, I'm good. Yeah, fighting a Hobbit. I gave up. These idiots are just talking in circles. There was no good point for me to jump in. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of bonkers that they just sit in those spaces talking shit to one another, and then when somebody actually comes and pushes back, they're like, well, why are you so triggered? Why are you such a triggered little pussy? It's like, okay, I thought everybody was down for trash talking. And it's just like, are you new here? It's like, yeah, it is fucking insane. Yes, sorry, I'm new to the Nightmare Carnival. I'm unhappy and I want off the ride. This place sucks. Sorry to come and shit in your clubhouse. Montana Schmidtbauer, thank you for $5. I joined sub during that and lost a rank up Splatoon match because of how aggravating that was. Here's $5. Thanks for being live. Thank you very much, Montana. Meredith, thank you for another $5. The guy who invented throat lozenges died last week. There was no coffin at his funeral. Very good. I don't know how. I hope those still work well over voice, because they're usually double entendres. You know how they started talking about cows? How much you want to bet they were? Is that Awesome Stella? Is that what they were looking at? Were you in the chat? Because I did not. Yeah. Also, fucking bullying me for, like, hey, like, usually, and y'all know this. Usually, I don't need to beg. I don't like begging. I really don't. I super don't. I have a lot of pride over it. Because I grew up fucking poor. If somebody wants to ask, hey, why are all you troons, why are all you trannies poor? It's because I grew up poor. Social mobility is fucking hard when you grow up poor. That's true. And doing this, Mr. Get It, why don't you get a job? I pay your disability checks. Buckaroo, buddy, friend, pal, bucko. Let me tell you, I do make more now than I ever have. But that comes with it paying off debt. I have to pay off student loans. I got a divorce. That left me with debt. I have to pay stuff off from when I wasn't doing so well. And I had to go into debt. Because again, social mobility, when you're poor, the deck is stacked against you. I don't have time to talk about that in the heat of the moment. Especially when I have like 3 seconds before somebody else is going to yell at me for fucking jacking off in panties or whatever the fuck they were talking about. But yeah, no, the assumption that I just like, it's again, they will sit there and talk about how trans women are autogynephiles who have these, like, thanks Brianna Wu, who I'm sure fucking is chummy with these fucks. Thanks Brianna for giving them this idea, for giving them a token trans to go and look at and be like, well, see, yeah, some of them love being called an autogynephile and they live up to that. And the other half of that is that they'll say, like, okay, but it's reductive, it's bioessentialist to call trans women that. But then when you have like a butch trans woman, somebody who is gender non-conforming but identifies as a woman, then they'll fucking blow a gasket, because guess what? It's not actually about supporting gender abolition or whatever the fuck. You cannot be a TERF and sit down and tell me that, like, you care about gender abolition, and then you're taking a hardline stance calling trans women freaks and autogynephiles and stuff. Dog. I mean, that's essentially what happened. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Felicia, the feeling that going into that call would be fun and how you would destroy them feels fun, but in reality, they would start screaming immediately, not let a single word through their dead skulls. That's literally what happened. That's literally what happened. Lady Addis, thank you very much for $2. They're mad about my cow Abby pick. Thank you for $5. It's funny when I pointed out their anecdotes weren't generalizable. They lost it and whined about my SL. No, that's like, again, she wants to talk about how, like, that one chick wants to talk about how they're like, you know, like once you see this rhetorical device they use, you can never unsee it. It's like, dog, at least somebody is using rhetorical devices. You're just saying shit. Like, you're just gish galloping and moving goalposts. Somebody points something out, you're like, well, what about your Twitter, Abby? You think you could come in here with facts and logic, but this is a free speech zone. Fuck you for being poor. And that's the only pushback we get. Dog, great. Garrett Lee, also that British man talking about pleasuring oneself in the mirror. Like, bro, I heard that bullying in primary school over 20. No, because what they get is they get somebody's ex-husband or somebody finds their husband on Grindr and he has a sissy fetish, and they leak it all, and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. He's trans, blah, blah, blah. And then they just like internalize that as being what transgender is. That because there's one repressed dude somewhere out in the middle of bumfuck Britain, that all trans women, which are not the same thing as sissies and cross-dressers, by the way, just spend all their days honking it in a mirror? Very funny when famously your libido drops on estrogen. Like, again, make it fucking make sense. I was honestly like, I think you could probably go back and look. Paige Wilder, by the way, who the fuck is Brianna Wu? Have I got a video for you to watch on my channel? You should go check it out. FayTuber Eden, thank you very much for following. Ricardo Galvin, thank you very much for following. Yeah, and don't forget to go check out, I don't know if Johnny Viral is still in the chat. If you can post the link to my Ko-Fi, it would be super cool if you could check it out and throw some ducats my way. Because, yeah, I am poor, and I am trying to move into a better living situation and trying to pay off debt and have to get surgery for my cat, so. Yeah, and watch that Spider-Man video too, god damn it. Mr. Fluffy Wolf, Sargon has permanently rendered all slow-speaking British people on the internet insufferable. I'm sorry. That's getting more into God. What's his name? Gorka. Sargon has permanently rendered all slow-speaking British people on the internet insufferable. I'm sorry, it's not your guy's fault, but it's over for you. Go look up. That's Mahler, is it? I literally don't think I've ever heard Mahler's voice. I'm gonna be so for real. Chud Logic. Do a Milo. What is Milo? I don't. What is Milo even? I'm trying to think of, like, did I ever actually listen? Have I ever? I know I've heard Milo's voice because he's been on fucking Infowars and shit, but I don't think he has like at least to me, he doesn't have a memorable voice, or maybe I just haven't fucking looked into it. Chucks McFlux, thank you for $5. Heard about vet bills, don't have much, but I love cats and your content. Pinky promise I'll watch, like, and comment on your next vid. Much love from New Jersey. Thank you. Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning. The quote they gave me, where did I put that? I think it might be in the kitchen. The quote they gave me for Miss, who's now yelling at me because it's food time. The quote they gave me ranged from, Paul Joseph Watson. Yeah, I can do Paul Joseph Watson. The quote they gave me ranged from, like, because it's they do it by tooth. It's like, okay. It can range from 15, I think it's like 1580 to like it was either 26 or 2700, and I think that is the, like, that's like the far scale. That's like a worst case scenario. I do not think it will cost that much. I'm really hoping it's going to be closer to 15. Oh, I hope it's close to 15. If that's the case, then that's a bummer, because the sponsorships and stuff I'm getting will have to all go towards that. But with a little bit of help, I should be able to get it done soon. So that's not like the worst thing in the world, I suppose. Mackenzie L. Cross-dressing made me feel more dysphoric as it brought attention to part of my body I hated most. So that just means you have to find better clothes, honey. Toasted Panini, best way to donate will be at the Ko-Fi link, which should be either pinned or down below. Yeah. But no, Dead Domain. If you look up Dead Domain Spider-Man, maybe, hopefully, I think so. Yes, into the wokeverse. How Spider-Man has always been woke, diversity, and fandom villains. 48K. What the fuck? What the fuck, chat? I worked so hard. I worked so hard on this one. Look at me. Look at me in my suit. I worked so hard. Oh, I read hundreds of comic books. Like. All right, I want to now I want to go. Oh wait, no. Yeah, like look at the work I did on just the transitions in this thing. Non-issues like white characters being replaced or gay people being in media are pretty. Oh man, what happened to my scuffed ass audio? Why is my audio in this so fucked? Oh, maybe that's just a thing actually. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to sneeze. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Obviously ridiculous and flimsy criticisms on the surface. Under that surface is a deeper issue that pervades modern media consumption. Something that isn't just limited to Marvel or Spider-Man or superheroes. If the video from Synthetic Man shows anything, it's that the people who complain the most about franchises being ruined by wokeness probably never understood those franchises to begin with. Because if they did, they would know they're the villains of the story. Like, look at the fucking work I put into this. Like animated fucking. All right, and I had a killer intro sequence and shit. Where was that? Yeah, there we go. Watch this. I animated the fuck out of some of this stuff. First, I want to briefly go into the history of Spider-Man as a character and talk about how the dreaded scourge of wokeness and progressive ideology is an integral part of that character.
Brilliant science student Peter Parker was bitten by a spider which had accidentally been exposed to radioactive rays. Through a miracle of science.
I want to start with a history lesson. Because when it comes to common complaints about progressivism in modern media, especially when it comes to franchises and characters with long histories behind them, a lot of complaints come down to things like wokeness. Oh, this one was fucking sick. Sorry. Helping those in need. But for now, let's actually listen and see what makes Spider-Man 2, in the eloquent words of Synthetic Man, Disgusting woke propaganda. I'm sorry, chat. I ate that. I ate that up. Ate that up. I also used different logos for Spidey. I think this was also my first experience with Synthetic Man. If there's a reason, his review on it kind of became my like I referenced like 10 other videos. Yeah, there's Geeks and Gamers, and Demion, that dipshit's in here somewhere, for Tonga. Oh, I had one with... And to answer that, we need to go into the Spider-Verse. I fucking ate, chat. I fucking ate! For what I imagine is an overwhelming amount of fair-weather comic book and film fans, Into the Spider-Verse was their first experience with Miles Morales. Oh, the film was incredibly well received. Whew. Does that video spoil Spider-Man 2? Kinda. Like yes, but not in an insane way. Coloring with Deborah L. McDonald. Thank you very much for subscribing. Okay, I have to go feed... I realized I just did this. Or nor. Okay, 10 minutes. All right, give me 1 second. Oh, Can y'all hear this cat? Do y'all hear this cat right now? This cat's driving me insane. Texas press conference? What happened in Texas? Or nor. Okay. Oh no, there's more. Ooh, oh boy. Oh yeah, there's. Okay. Sorry for caps. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, sorry. Oh, those are good. Okay, well I need that like now. Yeah, anyway, what a eye-opening... Naomi Faithless, you're not gonna get banned. You know what? Somebody's talking about, I heard Absolute Martian Manhunter. I have heard so much about the Absolute series that I've actually kind of like... I found myself in my regular... because my LGS that I go to play Magic is a comic book shop. I found myself wandering. My eyes wandered over to the comic book section. I was like, maybe I get some of that Ultimate back or Absolute Batman. Because I've seen, like, I love a good. Okay, chat. Do we want to talk about the Ultimate Universe here? Because I feel like we don't want to talk about the Surveillance State because that sucks. But I love... The thing I really liked about the Ultimate Universe, because if y'all don't remember, I did a full read-through of it 2 or 3 years ago now. And the thing I liked about some of it, before it completely went off... Like, there was a point where the Ultimate Universe started as, hey, what if we did, like, entirely different, freaky, weird spins on these characters? And very few of the characters actually kind of stayed that way. I think one of the best examples of like, okay, here's how we have all the pieces, but we get to mix them up a little bit, were the Venom saga and the Clone saga in Ultimate Spider-Man, which I think with like Spider-Woman and stuff, fucking great. Oh, that's keynote. That's peak. Some of the stuff with Ultimate X-Men I thought was cool. But like the cohesion that universe started out with, just by the end of it. And then what was the other thing I liked? I hated Ultimate Avengers 1, 2, and 3. Ultimate Universe turned Reed Richards. So I don't have a problem with the Maker. I think the Maker is actually a really interesting character. I think the way that he got there is like kind of hack, but I think as a character, I think it's a really interesting idea. Yeah, the trans Spider-Woman. Oh. And I kind of want to read the new Ultimate because I like a good, here's something you know but entirely different. I like a good, okay, we walk into this universe, somehow this guy is a bad guy, somehow this guy is a good guy. Like the it's one of the things I think that the Spider-Verse movies have done really well. It's like, you know, that moment with the female Doc Ock where it's like, no, my friends call me Liv, my enemies call me Doc Ock, is like such a great, like, oh shit, Doc Ock is a lady in this universe. That's awesome. Let's go. Yeah, and so like on that tip, the idea of Absolute, which is, I love that it came out around Marvel's kind of reboot for Ultimate, and that it is, I think just from the like the taglines for it, oh god, I forgot about Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in Ultimate. Oh my god, what the fuck were they cooking? Oh, Miller, you son of a bitch. Med funds for Cat. Yeah, the stuff like and the craziest part about a lot of those were how just tonally dissonant they were. Like Avengers was trying to be this hyper serious, really fucking dark, like, oh, we're gonna make fucking Captain America like super fucked up, and we're gonna make like there's gonna be a sex tape of Iron Man and Black Widow, and it's like, it's so fucking like lame. And it like, I'm sure at the time, I didn't read it at the time because I was 7. I'm sure at the time there were people who were like, man, this sucks. But like looking back, it's aged so poorly. And all the shit. Was it Avengers 3, Ultimate Avengers Volume 3? Was that the one with the shit ass art where all the women were like pencil thin with massive tits? Sorry, I'm getting congested now. Yeah, I think it was 3. God, that was terrible. And Rip to Fuck. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. But yeah, I like the idea of like the idea of these characters in these stories, and you take away aspects that you think of as being integral to them. Like I think the tagline for Ultimate Batman is like, no mansion, no money, absolute Batman. And it's like, okay, what if you do that? Like how do you get to a point where you still have Batman, how he deals with his rogues gallery, but he doesn't have the things that are often seen to give him those advantages? And I'm like, now we're fucking talking. Now you okay, you have my attention. Or like I think they took away the Amazons for Wonder Woman, and like I think those are so cool. Ultimates 3 is the book with the worst Ultron. White Black Panther, yeah. Logan being a creeper and Hawkeye being just a violent kook. Yeah, man. Oh. I really just like I remember just reading through those books and just like literally fucking like shaking my head at like, what the fuck? What are they fucking thinking? What are they fucking thinking? Oh my god. Yeah. The mission statement seems to be boiling down these characters to their base essentials. And I think that's super interesting. And I think it's super interesting that it is in its own continuity and it's not like, okay, here's an arc. Because, like, as cool as that can be to have an arc, I think it is, at a certain point, like, if you, like, okay, what if Batman is, lost and alone and doesn't have, the money and shit or gets amnesia or, like, fucking comic book shit. I think that's so much less interesting because at some point, they're going back to it. At some point they're like Nightwing is gonna rescue him or bring him back. It's gonna be like, oh, whatever. What if Batman was one of us? And then, oh god, Wasp is such a I know Wasp gets a lot of like anytime you see like the worst character deaths in comics, Ultimate Wasp is like top of the fucking charts. I want to be so real. Oh. The one other thing I really liked, I did like what they did with Galactus. Where it was like a machine hive mind type thing. I thought that was kind of cool. Even though I think they ended up, again, by the end of the Ultimate Universe, everything interesting was fucking undone. Nobody gave a shit. They started out, for example, with Gray Hulk. Hulk just becomes green. They start out, okay, my GOAT design, quite literally, for Doctor Doom. Nobody talks about goat leg Doctor Doom. Like, that shit went crazy hard. He had satyr legs. Ugh. And here's the thing. In between, like, Volume 1 and 2 of Ultimate Fantastic Four, he just has regular legs. Just regular legs. Fuck him. Yeah, you know what? I did like the Ultimate Marvel Zombies. That was a cool fucking. Yeah, Dale Wilson, Marvel Zombies was goated when it was its own universe, and the Fantastic Four went into it. And you know what else was really great about the Fantastic Four? Ultimate Fantastic Four leaned heavy, and those first couple issues leaned heavy into the horror. Let me see if I can find some panels from issue 1, because that shit was crazy. Is that the one? Because there are points where, like, it's right after Reed is, like, reconstituted, and he's just, like, this fucking writhing mass, and they try to open, like, the military is like, fucking open fire, what is that thing? And he, like, is bending in all of these weird ways because he's getting shot, and so, like, all his face is, so fucking crazy. Horrifying. The way they did horror in FF was so rad in Ultimate. Yeah, hell yeah. I also want to read that this Fantastic Four, because I think this is the one. Is this the one that Alex Ross did? I still, all right, look, low key. I don't think they'll do this because Marvel doesn't have the sauce, I think. It would be fucking incredible. It would be incredible if they had Miles Teller come back for to play the Maker. Like I don't fuck with a lot of the multiverse shit. I think it's like very nostalgia baiting and dumb. I think as a like failed universe, as a failed product, that would be such an interesting way to like remain true to the spirit of the Maker. I think that would be neat. All right, chat. How are we feeling? I feel I've been talking for a while. Yay! What else do we got here? Yacht. Am I sick? Yes, I am. I am getting much more sick currently. As you hear this, I am. No, I'm actually. I am. So I both have allergies and I'm sick. So that's, chat. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. Damn. Oh. Sorry, I'm looking at some stuff right now. I just gotta scroll through this because I need a little pick me up after such an intense argue session. And I'm sorry if that's not, because I know that's probably not everybody's bag, but I needed to let a little bit of the let out. I needed to fucking get all up in there for a second, because yeah, like here's the thing. I knew exactly what would happen. I was not under any delusions about it. Ooh, I should get some tea. Tea sounds nice. Yeah, I was not under any illusions about like what would happen if I went in there. That being said, still sucks. It's still not Gucci. It's still not Bootsy, the opposite of Boots. But what are you gonna do? Hey, oh, whoa, come on, hey. Yeah, I am. What happened? Add a roll. So we have successfully, this has been an unhinged stream, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, we debated, debate is a strong word for it. We went into a TERF Twitter space hangout, and would you believe it? God damn, what a bunch of fucking freaks. What a bunch of weirdos. Like, who really, if anything, I really do hope that at least one person I got through to was able to just sit there and be like, damn, yeah, it actually is weird that we just like spend our lives, like we spend our free time sitting here on the internet just being like, yeah, it's the Asmund thing. Like, yeah, actually, that's true. Yeah, chat, that's true. They're not worth debating. They're worth trolling. I did a little bit of that too. Yeah, I've been yelled at by Maya Poet. Maya, I didn't hear from Maya at all. It was two other ding dongs. Enrichment for the turf enclosure. Oh, so true. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Any self-hating trans people in there? Yeah, buddy. Self-hating trans people and a bunch of like I sincerely don't get the like, yeah, I'm a gay for Trump. I'm a MAGA gay. It's like, okay, sorry. Like, I don't. What, you want a cookie? You want a fucking engraved invitation to the Lions eating people's faces party? Like I didn't even really, I was kind of stunned by that because I'm like, what do you say to that? What do you say to somebody saying, yeah, I'm a MAGA gay? It's like, okay, good for you. Like, what do you, like, do they, I think they seriously expect me to say like, yeah, well, I'm a Biden gay. It's like, nah, I don't rock like that, dude. Like, what, go about, yeah, Jews for Hitler type shit, indeed. All right, chat. Let me see if I've gotten any donations today. If I have, then I will be able to log off in good conscience. What I think I'm actually going to have to do is do a stream. It might have to be a 24-hour stream. To raise money for Miss. No, and that's the thing right now. They did not have a. I do think it's a little funny. They did not have a comeback for me saying so. Like, oh, you support a pedophile? They're like, yeah, no, I'm a MAGA gay. It's like, no, I'm a gay conservative. They are defining themselves by specifically, I'm a gay person. What supports Donald Trump? It's like, okay, good for you. Neck and me, $5. Thank you very much. You could break the news to them that Trump isn't gonna suck them off. I don't know how to break that news to them. Yeah, so you support a pedophile? Muted by host, exactly. I find it interesting how they can sit around and call everybody else. Oh my God. Holy shit. Thank you so much, whoever did that. Oh my God. Thank you all so much for those donos. We've raised about $540 on this stream. Holy fuck. Thank you guys so much. I can't even like it's I don't know. It's such a it's a little relief. But that does mean a lot right now because I've been so busy and I've been working so hard. I'm excited to finally get more locomotion. I think I'm at a point where a lot of the videos and projects I've been working on are getting to a point where I can actually just like final burst, like blast through them and keep going. And I'm so paranoid about my productivity. I'm so paranoid about not putting out enough content, not giving enough to patrons, because I am a one-person operation, essentially. And along with that paranoia comes, I don't ever want people to think that, like, oh, I'm just cashing in. Oh, it's one of the reasons why I have a really hard time. I don't beg for money unless I'm like, okay, no, I'm actually kind of up against a rock and a hard place. Is because I don't want anyone to feel that I'm taking advantage of their goodwill. And I don't want to take advantage of anybody's goodwill. But it does mean a lot to me when I'm struggling that y'all do have my back. Just to be like, if I can be real here for a moment. Mackenzie L, thank you very much for $5. Sending $5. A cousin of mine is a MAGA gay, basically worships Peter Thiel as a transphobe that sent me hate messages post-transition and wants a dictator? Oh, dictator. Okay, I'm like, dictator? What's a dictator? Dictator sounds like a a speech app like a Duolingo or something. I was like, what? Like for Christmas? Dictator. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, like, I don't know what some people, again, it's interesting how, again, we didn't really get to talk about this because that conversation was a little bit all over the place, but one of the other things I wanted to bring up is this like dichotomy where on one hand, all trans people believe the exact same orthodoxy and all trans people believe the religion of being trans. But then on the other hand, they're like, okay, well, what do you say about these some trans people that do believe in AGP and don't agree with all the other trans people? It's like, okay, well, is it a monolith, or are there a bunch of other people with various ideas? Because it kind of sounds like you want both to be true, but if you're arguing from these points, like it doesn't fucking make sense. It drives me fucking crazy. Because yeah, there are like the easy answer to that, which we didn't really get back to, but the easy answer to the idea of like, well, why do some trans women agree that it's a fetish, and why, which, oh God, Brianna Wu has done so much damage to the trans movement and conception of trans people. Because it is this, it's people who think that by agreeing with you, and this is Brianna's case, by being one of the good ones, that they will somehow make you less likely as a TERF to call them, perverted, ruined men or whatever. That somehow they will, you'll get into the good graces of your oppressors. And it's like, man, nah. And then the other half is that, like, there are always bitches, especially, like, no. There are always going to be mean girl bitches who always want to be not like the other girls. Like, that's how Blair White has a fan base. Look, anytime I've talked shit or done a video or stream about Blair White, the amount of catty, fucking wannabe Regina George, like 40-something former twink, like twink death gays who are in my fucking comments being like, you're just mad that she clocked you. You're just mad that this. And it's like, Hunty, do not. Like, I know your shtick. You are obsessed with your high school years. You're not hard to figure out. You ain't that deep. Tubian 323, thank you for $5. If they can't refute you, they'll mute you. Ain't that true? Mackenzie L, the trans people who say being trans is a fetish are self-hating. It's the same thing with how lesbians and gays say their attractions are abnormal. Yeah, it's like, also that's actually a really good point. Because it's also like, how through time, how many queer people have been repressed in one way or another? Like, how queer cranium, I need to talk to an actual trans individual that lives in the real world. What do you mean? Like, not, but I'm sorry, I'm confused about the meaning of that. Is it even clocking if you're not trying to pass for anything? No. I do find it funny how they were trying to be like, oh, you're just a AGP pervert, whatever the fuck. I do also find it funny how I think it's because I have cosplayer in my bio that they didn't try and come for me on any of the cosplay stuff. Like, again, one thing I skipped over because so much happened in that argument, but one thing I skipped over was the fact that they kept going on that one girl, the one trans girl, about like porn that she had, and wouldn't let her actually speak about it because it sounded like the lady didn't know the situation. It sounded like it was posted. I mean, again, I don't know, but like it could have been posted without her knowledge, without her consent. A lot of that shit that goes around. So the idea of them just like creating this vivid fantasy of everything that happened along the way. It's like, no, why did you as a man go and press this button to put this in the lesbian porn category if you weren't a fucking pervert? And the girl is trying to be like, well, no. And it's just, I think that was one of the first times I chimed in, because I was literally like, bitch, shut up. Like, let her fucking talk. What? Chris Clark, thank you for $10. And Trump is supported by Christian nationalists who actively will come for the LGBTs after the T's. Yeah, like, look, there is legitimately no good reason for any queer person to, like, there never really was. But anybody who's still like, no, like, I'm gay and I support Trump. It's like, okay, well, you're just stupid. You are just stupid. You are just actively working against your own interests, and more selfishly against the interests of a community of people who have suffered, and probably like the idea that one of those little prissy, sorry, I won't call them the slurs. They deserve it, but I won't use it negatively. The idea that one of those prissy little bitches, the gay men, in that chat was like, why are you so poor? I feel like that really gives you an insight into the lack of community they have with the wider gay culture, because when I go to my local gay bar with my Pookie, and we know all the queers and all the queens, and, well, she knows all the queers and all the queens. I'm getting to learn them vicariously through her. Prissy is not a slur. Let me tell you, not a lot of rolling in the dough. Okay? That comes back to me. It's like, okay, well, that's why there are people who are like on that Peter Thiel shit, where it's like, yeah, they're gay, but they're also assholes. Like, sorry, being gay doesn't mean you're not a piece of shit, but you are certainly choosing to be. The thing that put an extra nasty taste in my mouth was when they're bullying people they claim to be mentally ill. No, like MJR Tars, they legitimately think that, you're dead on for calling that out, because they legitimately think, and that's why what the crazy lady who said, like, oh no, they're all multiple paraphilias and they have addictions of paraphilias, or whatever dumb Blancharddian bullshit she was spewing. They love to say, like, oh, you know, I don't have anything against these people, but then they will essentially believe that you should bully people into submission, that you should bully. That's kind of what the lady was talking about first, that you should just bully any trans person so that they know it's socially unacceptable to be trans. And it's like, nah. Diminished Darknet, thank you for $20. Holy shit, I'm gay and I love your channel. There's some niche in me that your content hits hard where no one else can. Aw, any content you release is a gift. I appreciate your coverage. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know if I've ever seen you post before, or don't know, but I really appreciate that. Chris Clark, thank you for $10. Trump is supported by, oh yeah, I already read that one. Cosmic Sugar Cookie, let me read that. Let's take it from the top. Cosmic Sugar Cookie, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, it's like the AGP, like they, again, I have to imagine that a lot of it is just regurgitating the same talking points, like acting like I'm bonkers for bringing up their hypocrisy, and then for them to just go on and be like, what do you mean? I don't have a problem with this. Proceeds to talk about how, you know, gender nonconformity is disgusting, and like, oh, we need to have these rigid definitions of what men and women are. It's like, y'all gotta pick a lane, because you want to talk about how trans people agree with everything we say, but also, yeah, it was pretty rough. No, B. Parker, they never got to be bullies in high school, and now they have that niche. The one thing that I was like, I wish I should have, I was waiting for her to I shouldn't have, whatever. They were rude to me, so I should have been rude back. That girl saying, like, now all the using the word troon out, like, yeah, okay, I get it. Saying like all the troons were the popular kids in high school, and now they're mad that they're getting bullied by us who were the unpopular kids. And I'm like, Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. So, okay, honey, come on in. Let's lay all of your baggage out on the floor because we got a lot to unpack with that. They absolutely did say troons. Yeah, they use the word troon out when talking to other trans people, by the way. They kept purposefully misgendering anybody who was in there. And it was that was such a, first off, do you think trans people and queer people are not bullied in school? I started the stream talking about how I get fucking bullied walking down the sidewalk. You think teenagers are nicer? And the idea of again, it is the same kind of high school mentality that so many people hold on to, and it turns them cruel after a while. And that's why you see it so much in conservatives. It's yo, a normal brain is supposed to leave all that shit behind. When you leave high school, you're not supposed to be pushing 50 and still bringing up who the popular kids were and being mad that you were unpopular. Bitch, you have lived several lifetimes since then. You got to be like Buddha and let it go. And then the other one, what was the other one? Oh, the other one was the lady talking about, and she went on for so fucking long, I didn't get to pop a zinger in there. But when she was talking about how so many women have husbands who just, they're with them and they never have any kind of hint that they might be, gender divergent or non-conforming, and then all of a sudden they want to troon out, and they're this, that, and there is okay. Well, first off, sorry about your divorce. Sucks for you. Second off, I guarantee that shit's lying. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. No, I mean, the amount of people in the current Republican Party who I guarantee think about oh yeah, when I go to my high school reunion, my 20th, I'm going to be able to impress so many people. It's I guarantee. Alrighty, chat. Let's see. I want to go spend some time with my Pookie tonight. I was hoping to play games tonight because I've wanted to for a while. Banana Brains, if you're in the chat, I literally have Gears of War 3 still downloaded. I do. Oh damn, it's Evo finals. That's why there's so many fucking Arxis stuff coming out. Evo finals. Metaboo, thank you for $5. IDK, just thanks for the content. Trans flag emoji. Thank you so much. Join us. Sorry, anytime somebody says join us, all I can think of is the Evil Dead. Join us. Join us. Did I play the monkey game? What's the monkey game? What's the monkey ball? The horse girl game. What's the horse girl game? What? Y'all are just making up games. Stop it. Stop it. Can't just make up games. Yeah, it kind of seems like everybody's just playing games today, actually on stream, but nobody really to. Yeah, I think what's happening is everybody's watching Evo. Looks like. Oh, Donkey Kong. I don't have a Switch 2. Y'all, I'm asking for money. You think I've bought a Switch 2? Nor. Looking forward to RA9? Yep. I don't need to see anything about it. I know it's good. I think after Resident Evil 2... No, Resident Evil 7. After Resident Evil 7, I stopped watching trailers and shit for Resident Evil games. Like, straight up. I'll go into that shit blind. Just press play. Whatever. You fucking throw me into a European castle with a hot 9-foot tall lady. Let's go. Let's go. I don't care. Fucking let's go. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, Vampire Survivors. Remick. Vampire Survivors is a fucking banger. Let's go. We can just talk about video games, I guess. Gamer James, serious question. How many times over the decades does the fringe left need to consistently be the first people on the right side of history on every goddamn issue before the rest of society learns to fucking listen to us? Every time. Because the reason that they are the fringe left is because their interests are humanistic. They're antithetical to capital, which is usually the shit running everything. Like, capital does not care about human beings. It does not care about people. And that is what leads to, you know, look outside your window and pick something bad that's happening. Yeah, Queer Cranium. I don't remember the last time I actively watched a game trailer. I also don't remember the last time I actively watched a game trailer. What was it? I didn't even watch the trailer for that Hellraiser game. I was just, well, okay, but I have good reason for that because I'm like, Saber Interactive, my goat. Like, I know they're going to do it up nice for me. I know they're going to do it up nice. I loved RoboCop Rogue City. Didn't regret playing it all the way through. Didn't regret buying it. Oh, goated. I was an evangelist for Terminator Resistance day one. Let's go. GTA 6, nah. Because GTA 6, here's the thing with GTA 6 is that kind of like Red Dead, I was way more hyped for Red Dead. I'm still going to play GTA 6, but kind of like Red Dead, like anytime any bit of media comes out about that, it's everywhere. I don't need to watch a trailer for that, because if something important happens in it, I'm just going to be able to look at it. Silent Hill F? No, that's another one that I'm like, okay, after Silent Hill 2, even though it's not the same developer, I'm like, I want to be surprised. One of the things I think I've lost with a lot of games, and it's partially, it's a twofold problem. It's partially that I don't have time to play games like I used to. When I do, it's why I've started like trying to take more trying to take more weed with them, because I want to feel engaged in a way I haven't. I think my time as a writer, as a journalist, really kind of ruined that. Like, it put me in such a headspace for, okay, I need to, like, if I'm playing this, I need to be, doing this check-off modes. And it's such a boring way to play now for me. And I think part of it is like just that, but also part of it is that any fucking trade show you look at, you're going to get the same variety of, here's a couple dozen, we'll wind down and go on the main. Here's a couple dozen, like, here's a looter shooter, here's a co-op shooter, here's a fucking, here's a extraction shooter, here's, an anime girl fucking gotcha game. Like, and it's grinding. It really is. I was looking at a new mech game came out called Mecha Break, and I looked at it, and after about 3 seconds, I was like, oh, no. Like, you mean this? No. I'm good. I might. Yeah, shit like that. I'm just like, it's so much. It's so much. And I don't know. I also feel like maybe I'm losing some. I want to be surprised. I like going into things and being surprised. And that's why I haven't really seen much about Silent Hill F. It's why I don't need to look at anything for Resident Evil. I trust them. I trust that when I play the next Resident Evil, I trust that it's not going to be Resident Evil 6. That's good enough for me. I'm all right with that. I'm cool with that. Yeah, Expedition 33 was really good. Expedition 33 was great. What else was good? Expedition 33. I don't know. There's some stuff I want to get back to from this year. What have I been playing? I haven't been playing that much. See, here's the other thing is that I get into a mode of like, okay, I'm going to sit down and play some video games, and I'm like, actually, I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to, put together a Magic deck or tinker with some cards or work on my script or work on my novel or I'm going to be so for real. It's mostly just work. It's mostly just working on scripts and shit for videos. Illuminati Reptile, thank you for following. Rapture Blue, thank you for rating with a party of 23. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Avalon of Babylon. Hey, Dead Domain, I love the video you made with Savvy. I love that too. It was so weird having, I don't know if I talked about it last, what's up with my flirting with fate on Twitter? What do you mean? What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about, Adarola. What? That's crazy. Oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta. I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3 earlier today. That was one that I've been. I did just have a really good gaming experience. I played all the way through Death Stranding over the course of like 2 weeks in my free time, and that was good. That was great for me actually. The thing I enjoy about Kojima games, and whatever people think about him, people think he's up his own ass. I totally disagree. I think that people see stuff with Kojima like Die Hardman, and they're like, "Oh, Kojima's so fucking dumb. It's just the dumb Japanese games. It's just for dumbs." And I think that is like, I don't think Kojima does it intentionally, but I think it's kind of a litmus test to like weed out people like that. Because there is such a richness and sincerity to Kojima's work. There's such a humanistic element, even though I think it gets into this a little sappy, like lib territory, politically speaking, with all like, connect us all, that shit. I think some of that stuff is dumb, but overall, what a beautiful, like in some ways it definitely reminds me of Fire Walk With Me. Actually, I think there is the fascinating part about Death Stranding. The reason I want to get to Death Stranding too is that there's such an experimentation with form that it kind of, much like I was thinking about Finnegan's Wake last night as y'all can see Lady's tail wagging on the stream. I was thinking about Finnegan's Wake last night as I was watching Fire Walk With Me, and it really kind of. It helped to click a little bit where it is as much of a look inside the artist's mind and the work, how it works there, as it is any kind of constructed narrative, right? I'm so excited to use this single. I think I still need to beat Death Stranding. Been building roads since I think the second island. Man, building roads is so fun. It's so fun. I love building roads. Oh. Yeah, no, the games industry. So the problem is that the games industry. Oh, hello, dog. Hello. 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 I love you. I love you, pup. The problem is that every person in the games industry. It's the same thing with auteurs like chasing after David Lynch or Christopher Nolan or Cronenberg or whoever else, is that you don't get to be an auteur by being like, I want to be that guy. Nobody worth their salt creatively ever got to that point by being like, yeah, I just really love this one dude, so I'm just going to like be that dude but different. And I think that is a problem with so many game developers, is that they want to be Kojima. They want to be David Cage. They want to be, God forbid, Neil Druckmann. I think Neil Druckmann's curse is that he doesn't have the riz. He doesn't have the palette. He doesn't have the skill of Kojima. And I hope that digs into him late at night. I hope that fucking haunts him. Oh, yeah. Remick, the last person I saw who tried to drag Kojima got mocked because they wrote a fantasy novel with a landmark name. No, it is about Orc City, and it was just this terribly named... It was this, like, terrible self-published novel. Yeah, I saw that. Wish I had the money or hardware to keep up with the latest games. Yeah. I don't know. You don't really need to. That's one thing I've had. Oh, one thing I played and I had a great fucking time with. Turok 3 was finally on sale, and I wanted to get the Night Dive remaster of it. Great fucking game. Great fucking game. Actually kind of ahead of its time. Yeah, now you're talking Dale Wilson. You're talking Suda51. You're talking Yoko Taro. You're talking Swery65. You're talking my fucking language. Let's go. Oh, yeah. B. Parker. The film equivalent is a sheer amount of people who wanted to be Tarantino so bad. Going back to, like, throw a horseshoe into a pile of, like, action movies made between, like, 99 and 2011, and you will find somebody who, like, their life was changed by Pulp Fiction and they never understood what that movie, like, why that movie worked. Boondock Saints, dog. If y'all there, I know somebody watching right now is like, oh man, don't come for Boondock Saints. I love that movie when I was in college. You cannot fucking revisit that thing. You cannot revisit Boondock Saints. It's terrible. Terrible. Try so fucking hard to be cool and edgy. Oh god, what a pile of shit. And that lady, what are you? Sorry, lady's shaking my light. Sabalano, I'm getting harassed by racists on Twitter. Is there an extension I can use to block them and all their followers? I think probably just what I do when I get tired is I just mute a thread and stop engaging. Like that's the biggest thing, is just stop engaging. I realize that's harder said than done, or easier said than done, but that's the way to do it. There was a firefight. Oh god, what a fucking film. One Tarantino-ish movie that does hold up though is Shoot 'Em Up. That's a fucking Shoot 'Em Up is a banger. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That movie, that's a film and a half right there. Paul Giamatti being fucking high off his ass that entire film. Clive Owen playing Bugs Bunny. Let's go, chat. Shoot 'Em Up. That's a gunfights to Ace of Spades. Magnifique. That's fucking cinema to me. Yep, Sabalano, I understand that. Somebody watched Reservoir Dogs and went, I could do that. Yeah. I love a movie where one person made one movie and it banged so hard and then they never made another movie. That was Shoot 'Em Up. That was Steven Lisberger with Tron in 1982. Seven Psychopaths. Oh, Seven Psychopaths, my absolute fucking beloved. Martin McDonagh doing it up real nice for y'all. Martin McDonagh locked in for one major Hollywood movie that is all about how Hollywood movies and writing them fucking sucks. Oh, so good. Oh yeah, I do need to play. That just reminded me. I do need to play Death Stranding 2 because I have a. Sorry. I have a video essay I want to write on Hideo Kojima's mommy issues, because I think like matriarchy is maybe the one theme he oddly I think there's something to unpack in the fact that there's so much yonic and matriarchal imagery, not just in Death Stranding, across all of his games. Like Hideo Kojima's gender expression is very straight himself, but the worlds and characters he create blur so many lines that tend to lean more female than masculine. From like Raiden to Vamp to like even the strong female characters have all of their feminine aspects accentuated. Things like Fortune in Metal Gear Solid 2. Things like the Beauty and the Beast Battalion. And like the act of giving birth, the act of caring and nurturing is such a ever-present theme regardless of gender. There's something to be said for Metal Gear Solid 5. One of my favorite aspects of Metal Gear Solid 5 is that like you as the player character, fucking spoilers for a game that's a decade old now. Venom Snake is like the reason that it's fine that I'm fine calling him a snake is because he is literally he is closer to a actual son of Big Boss than Liquid or Solid ever were. Like he was actually essentially raised by Big Boss. Dante the Dragon Slayer. Call me Dante the Dragon Slayer. So Dante the Dragon Slayer has followed. Thank you very much. Kojima's married to a woman. Last I checked, Hideo has a wife. Boy Tifa, thank you for following. He's doing, like, don't get me wrong, he's doing something. But I think so. Hideo Kojima, I think, has a very similar understanding of gender and sexual fluidity as, oddly or coincidentally enough, I think David Cronenberg is one, and I think David Lynch is another. Where the way they treat, and especially Cronenberg, the way they film and treat the human body, it's another one of those themes that you can see across all of Cronenberg's work, is that Cronenberg is Cronenbergian as a descriptor is mostly used to talk about like, okay, look at this fucked up man machine monster, look at this fucked up special effect, because people think about Videodrome, they think about The Fly, they think about, you know, the kind of the classic texts of Cronenberg special effects and all that stuff. But then when you actually watch some of his kind of middle, I guess if you consider what he's doing now to be his like later period, post Crimes of the Future, but his middle period work, so like Eastern Promises, History of Violence, Dead Ringers is another great example, are films that aren't explicitly body horror, but he has a very particular attention to the way the body moves, the abnormalities, the odd shapes of the human body. And I think that comes through a lot in his approach to sexuality, where there is this admiration for human form and connection that is tempered by a disgust for our own flesh. I think that is like the underlying theme, underlying the underpinning of most of Cronenberg's work, in my opinion. Yeah, no, Nuclear Lizard, Metal Gear Solid 5 is a decade old. I will do that to you. I should probably do some essays about this shit at some point. Like, I feel like every now and then I'll have a stream where I just end up, you know, talking about one of my TISM subjects. And as I say something, I'm like, I don't have time to go all in on this, but I have sources and I could make an essay about this. I just know that nobody's going to give a fuck about my opinions on David Cronenberg. Oh, Death of Atari. Don't think I haven't. I have had literally for at least 5 years. I have had a hypothetical video essay I would love to do on Metal Gear Solid 5 in particular. Really the whole series, but Metal Gear Solid 5 in particular. And how it plays into, like, it is actually the perfect end to a series about war and cycles of violence because it ends unfinished. And that is accidentally perfect. That is accidentally the most fitting way you can finish a story that takes place in the middle of this massive cycle of war that does not end. Even after, and we know, because of the Metal Gear Solid series, we know that even after Metal Gear Solid 4, like, that shit's not done. There's still fucking, like, Metal Gear Rising. Like, the war doesn't end. What is my opinion on the Godzilla franchise? How do I? Here's my. I have a Godzilla right down here. So this is one of my favorite Godzillas. I love this little guy. He's doing his little dance. You can hold him like that. He's doing his little dance. He has a little bit of gold right there. All right, so depends. Of course, that is King Ghidorah back there. I have another little. This is my little Pridezilla. This is my little Pridezilla right here. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I don't know if I have any other kaiju over here. I think I do have other Godzillas. Do we want to? Let's have a little toy moment over here. Let me bring over. Where can I? Ooh, yeah. You know what? Actually, that'll be hype. That'll be hype. This is one of my favorite ones. I got this and waited for. I think this was like 2 years of a wait. I pre-ordered this, and I was financially irresponsible, but it's a really amazing from one of my favorite, if not certainly my favorite of the Heisei era is Godzilla versus Destroya, and this is a like 1200 degree meltdown Godzilla, a little dusty. And it's like all translucent orange plastic. I don't know how much y'all can see that. And it has like his face, the skin is melting off. It is basically the frame right before he dies. And that classic, the elegy, from the composer. I'm blanking on his name, but I can hear the ending music, as like he glows and there's that like rising crescendo of music as he just kind of disintegrates. But this is a beautiful fucking figure that I love so much. And this is probably my favorite Godzilla figure, honestly. And now that I'm holding it again, I'm just like, oh yeah, the fucking dinosaur. Like, I like the big lizard. Chat, I like the big lizard. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. And then, okay, so I couldn't get that one. Because I actually had to save up for this next one. And not have the matching boy. The Super 7 Destroyer, which is, I had wanted a nice Destroyer for a while, and I used to have a much bigger collection. I had to sell a lot of it, and Destroyer is a hard one to find figures of because a lot of the Bandais have dog shit paint applications, and then when you go up from there, you're getting into like X plus shit, which I do not have time, money, or space for. I cannot fucking. I can't rock with like X plus. I'm never gonna be there. But I did get a fucking sweet deal on this. I think I got like 30% off or something. And it is a gorgeous figure that goes so perfectly well. Yeah. It has like really great paint around the bone like sections around the carapace on the head. Oh, so good. those are kind of... I have a couple others. The only other ones I have out right now... And these are some fucking... Yo, chat, these are some kaiju deep cuts. Kaiju deep cuts coming at you. I have a Gorgo. These are from Titanic Creations. They made a bunch of like kind of like they're pretty decently articulated figures of kaiju that never, like, much more obscure. Never really got a lot of like, I have Gorgo on Blu-ray, I have Yongary on Blu-ray. But it never really got, like, they don't have the fan base or the love of Godzilla and stuff. But yeah, that's Gorgo. She's awesome. Love her. And then I think they really outdid themselves with Yongary, which I supported the crowd fund for both of these, which is why I got them. And this Yongary is fucking so gorgeous. Her jaw fell off. Yeah. Yeah, they cooked with this one, chat. The paint application is so good. Am I into Ultraman or Gamera? So last year when I packed up, when I was originally getting ready to move, yeah, I did. I like Ultraman. I'm more of a Fairweather Ultra fan, if you will, because I don't really have a lot of, like, love. Like I don't have a lot of nostalgia, and also there's a lot of fucking Ultraman to get through. I've watched a lot of it. I have 4 seasons of it on Blu-ray. No, my dog is talking to another dog. And I went to see Shin Ultraman. I saw all the Shin movies in theaters. Or actually, they're re-releasing Shin Godzilla on the 14th, and I'm taking my Pookie to that. So, yeah, I'm gonna take these. Any new kaiju you like the design of? I really liked, hello, dog. I gave her some pets and she's like, now it's time for me. I really liked, Shiro. I think Shiro was the one from New Empire. I think Shiro was cool. Yeah. No, I gotta start slimming down again because I put on a little bit of muscle for the Rouge cosplay set, and you can see it definitely in my, like, biceps and my shoulders, and, like, triceps and everything. And I want to lose it. Yeah, it does. Flappy the Flapper, it does. The Yongary does have the fire tube. I did get the full big set. I completely fucking forgot about it, and it came out. Like, it got sent to me a year after I fundraised for it, and I was like, fuck, okay, sure, yeah. But yeah, I have some cool toys. I have, it's rare that I buy toys and shit anymore, honestly. I used to be way more into it. I really love, well, I get, like, I bulk up a little bit, but I do it for, like, cosplays and stuff. So, like, last time I was bigger for Cloud, actually. I had more definition and stuff for Cloud. Rouge kind of crept up on me, but after Rouge, I'm doing, I think Black Cat is the next one. I want to be a little bit slimmer for Black Cat. I want to do want to do Black Cat and Rogue. Rogue I want to be a little bit slimmer for, but I like kind of muscle mommy Rogue as a look. I think that's pretty cool. So I think that's going to be a little bit more definition there too. All right, let me see, chat. Y'all successfully activated my autism. Are you happy? Y'all successfully... Whatever you do, you're iconic. I don't know about that, but I appreciate it. That's what we're here for. Let's go say hi. Do you want to say hi to... Oh, man. Overwatch. Damn. I forgot. I forgot about Overwatch, chat. I would actually probably do... I would rather do, like, Cassandra or one of the daughters than Lady D. I guess I could probably do Lady D. That could be fun in stilts. No, because I would have to really go drag. I would have to wear, like, fake boobs and stuff. Because, like, not that the boobs are part of her personality or anything, but it is definitely part of her aesthetic. Like, she got tickle bitties. You can't really take that away from her. Nor should you try. Really. Because I support women. I'm an ally, if anything. Thank you all, chat. We're going to go say hi to Rin Vixen. Thank you. Seriously, thank everybody for all the help. Thank you for all the support. And yeah, stay tuned. Be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to the channel because tomorrow on YouTube we have a brand new essay going up where I interviewed my friend Amanda Moore. And thank you again for everything. It really does mean a lot. And go say hi to Rin, go like, subscribe, all her stuff, and have a good rest of your night.